Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo, and first things first, I wasn't paying attention to the countdown. Second thing second, I had to toggle the audio mutey button. That's what I call it, the audio mutey button, because yesterday I was running into issues with OBS again. TinkerToy701, so good to see you. I appreciate that you follow me on Twitter. I really do. So, anyway, I hope that everything that's coming out of my mouth is not coming across like... Because sometimes that's what happens. Oh, you had more audio issues too, CNEUp? Well, thank you, CNEUp, for rating this stream with your stream before you decided to pop off Twitch. I know that you've got things to do, so I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. First, let me go ahead and show off
Hum Shark just resubscribed for 3 months. Hello there.
Thank you, old shark. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. I'm enjoying day 1 of 4 in a 4-day weekend for me. Sorry. I apologize for that. I was intending to show you the bandage that was there. That I accidentally cut myself. I was removing supports for what it is that I'm printing right now. Started this last night, and I realized after I did this, I should have used different levels of support for it. I think it's still viable. But I decided, all right, I'm just going to reprint it anyway, because as I was filing a tiny angle, I wasn't flipping you off. I was saying, you're number 1. With one finger over another. I was look at, it's a cool little Mandalorian bandage. That's like, it's awesome. It's not the Death Star, Isaac. It is not. It is, now that I have a second piece printed, and this is not in perfect alignment here, a thermal detonator, right? So I'm reprinting this top half, and then I'll do the switch. I had to reprint this bottom half. Yeah, I think this is bottom because the switch isn't on it. I had to reprint this because it got like 90% of the way through, and then the filament basically snapped. Like it was tight on the coil. And I've been having certain issues with it, so sometimes you may hear kind of a clack, clack. That's the thing that's going off in the background there. So yeah, that's an issue. That is an issue with this particular spool of filament. But I'm moving forward in completing a thermal detonator. Been waiting to do this for a while, so I don't know what took me so long. Didn't have a thermal detonator before, but now I do. You just got here and gave me a rating of 1 finger. That's true. Tinker Toy gets 5 fingers up. He's an amazing supporter. You all are. Every single one of you. Including those who showed up early. Like, very early. Or like, right around 6 p.m. It's so nice. So, you're asking my phone, what phone I'm using as a daily driver? Well, I have an iPhone that I use specifically for camera angles down at the desk. I'm not using one right now. But I also use an Android device to basically manage things when I'm mobile. So I don't have an answer to the question. The question is kind of nebulous because I use everything, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. A good thing in the sense that I use everything. That's balance. I brought balance to the Force. A bad thing because people expect me to choose one camp over another, and I'm just not going to do that. So yes, I do believe this is a beautiful color, and the question that came in... Give me a second. I'm not going to blow you up, I promise. Baloo asked what brand filament. This is some of the printed solid Jesse PLA. If you do a bang filament in chat, you'll get notified as to where you can get this particular filament. It was sent to me. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that for some reason or another, despite having taken this fresh out of the package, sometimes it'll stick, and apparently there was a tension point where it just snapped. Could be did you hear it? Like adjust itself? It could be my end. It could very well have been that the snap was caused to too much moisture in the air. I'm not going to rule that out, but knowing that I've also had some amount of tension where it'll basically start going into the tube. Do you hear that loud clicking? It's tight, and for some reason sometimes it sticks. So I think what happened when I got 90% through the first iteration of this other one, like, I was so close to being done. Like, I was super, super close. And the print would have turned out just fine. It was done, and I couldn't add additional, I couldn't reset the filament. I had to stop the print. I unless there's another way of doing it, I had to stop the print, which was kind of disappointing because I was like 90% done. I'm like, why couldn't I have like changed the filament at that point? I had to stop it. Maybe I could have paused it. Maybe I could have gone into tune it. Maybe I could have done something else. But I just stopped the print because it was feeding through the gears, and I basically lost control of it. And so I had to go in. I had to clean things out, the nozzle and everything. And I did. It was fine. And I recovered. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with the filament. I love the color, because it's this nice gray. I'm also taking to kind of aggregating a lot of the random 3D things that I've been printing and putting them in one spot. Just, if only because I want to see if I can get kind of a zeitgeist view of, like, here's some of what I've printed so far, right? And just setting out. It'd be kind of fun. Color looks like metal. Yeah, exactly. Such a nice shade. I totally agree. Was it too tightly wound? Like me, very tightly wound. I think so. I think it's a normal winding. It's just that sometimes there's like a weird kind of crossover, and then it like snaps back. I don't know how to explain it. I don't have a lot of experience. With age, all filament breaks. Well, it's new, so I know it's not that. But I also had this issue straight out of the package, like a sealed, like vacuum sealed package. So I wish I had more experience with it. Either way, I recovered. It wasn't that big of a deal. I will be melting down all of the excess filament, of course, when we've accrued enough. So, there's nothing lost here. We'll be 3D printing or 3D melding. What's the word to use? 3D melting the excess filament into Star Wars faces. Is that fair to say? Yeah, faces. Helmets. I've got a bit to go through. I know it seems like a lot of excess filament here, but I'm going to have to wait until the bag is almost completely full before trying the head things again, and then I'll do the head things again. Can I uncoil and redo the coil before you print? No, that's not recommended at all. Like, you want it to be coiled. That's my understanding, knowing not much. So Cine Up 76. Oh, you got a jet? Okay, wait. Can you wait just one moment? I'll go through my stuff first. That I was going to showcase anyway, Cine Up, just while you're here, because I know you'll appreciate the showcase. Unless Cine, he's like, nah, I got a flail, dude. I got way more important things to do than looking at some randos Star Wars stuff. He's gone. I should have showed. You grind up your stuff and then make a roll of filament. Oh, cool. I don't do that, Baloo. I just I tend to save it and then basically melt it down into the Star Wars head molds. Not that I've done it more than once, but it's a nice way of kind of reusing that filament. How's the Windows Phone? I have no idea. I don't even think I have one anywhere. By the way, there was Cameron had an Aziz light, but what color? Did we find out what color the light was going to be from Cameron? Cine Up is now gone, so I should have showed. Oh, Cine Up. Now I gotta wait for another Star Wars, real huge Star Wars collector fan to come in before I showcase some stuff that I got. Since I missed the mark on Cine Up. Oh, I fault myself. I was talking through way too many things without getting to the important stuff, right? Including, what color am I doing? What color? No one's told me what color. Well, not only Sioris coming in with the bits, but also Fix'em Dude cheering 100 bits, and Tinkertoy701 cheering 100 bits, and then Liz, I believe, was it Liz? No, yes, Liz did play the evil cat meow. Okay, I'm good there. I was getting worried. I'm like, did someone else play the cat? I uploaded some new sound effects, everyone. Just so you know, there are new sound effects that you can use if you are so inclined. But barring Asenia, when he comes back, there's a blaster sound. I heard the blaster. By the way, this is what we're doing, right? The thermal detonator with a better top. We've got a hype train now. Are we ready for the hype train? After the hype train, I will be having some cereal with some milk in a bowl. And I'm having cereal on a Friday because it's a 4-day weekend for me, not just a 2-day weekend. So I get to try 4 new cereals this weekend. If you were following me on Twitter, I've now got Eggo Blueberry cereal. So I'm eating fruits. I'm eating my fruits and veggies. Well, these are fruits. They're not veggies. At least I hope not. Veggies and cereal? Oh. Yeah, so this is the cereal I'm going to be trying tonight. And I got a couple extra for Diana to try. I'm going to get my hype helmet on and turn on... Oh, yes, turn on the disco light. And... the hype train light. You're going to get hypnotized. Here we are on the hype train. We are on the hype train. We've got a hype light. Are you ready? Are we good? Are you ready to join me on the hype train? Is it good? Is it as good for you as it is for me? Because you are about to get hypnotized on a Friday. Welcome to the weekend, everybody. It's a great way to start. Tinkertoy701 says, just got some Eggo cereal. I also tried it and I like the oat milk. Dude, I'm telling you, this cereal is like bomb-tastic. Like, I saw it and I'm like, oh my god, I have to get this. In fact, I may end up getting yet another box at the store. This is on sale.
This is the way.
It is the way. Eating Eggo cereal on a Friday night with you on a hype train. So I may end up getting more tomorrow. You can see I got it on sale, so it was basically like a BOGO. So I got a couple of other boxes for Diana to eat, so I don't really plan on touching those. Turn on your heart light. What's my heart light? What's the heart light? Is it like honeycomb? No. As evidenced in last week's one of last week's weekend streams, I did the taste test. It is not like honeycomb at all. It is way better.
I gotta have more cowbell.
There is no other way than Eggo cereal. Tinkertoy701, that is the comment of the night. Liz she loves that evil cat, doesn't she? And Fix'em Dude loves the... cowbell. Is it straight? Do I have it on straight? Is it good? We've got about 2 minutes left to go. On this side, we're at level 1. Are we going to leave the station? Tell you what, as I'm prone to do, 2 million Perillo popcorn for everyone. Every one of you who are here if we get through a level 5. Does that sound good? I'm going to take that cat meowing as a yes. It sounds good. Am I hearing that wrong though? Is that a good cat meow? Or kind of a hissy meow? I'm not sure. We're at 1 minute left to go. Maybe we started the hype train too early tonight. It is entirely possible the hype train started way too early tonight. People had to wake up, after napping all day and what's going on? Oh, Chris is streaming. He'll be streaming for a while. I don't need to be there in the beginning. Oh, crap. I'm glad that I hit the light and not my cup of milk. That would have made a mess. We got about 45 seconds left to go with 54% on the level 1. Not quite ready to leave the station. 69%, 30 seconds left to go. Fix him, dude. Thank you for cheering 100 bits.
It's a trap.
Wait, hang on. That's old. How am I not... Really? Anyway, okay, you guys are playing... Oh, Tinker Toy allowing me to fart. Thank you for pushing it through my system. The cereal will also help, too. Gonna play more cowbell. Wait, what happened? Okay, touch slapper. What was the 45 million point robbery from last night? Tell me. Do tell. Do share with me what this robbery was. Your wife and I, or no, sorry, your wife and you got out second COVID shot today. Oh, you got your second COVID shot. Congratulations. I bounced back just fine. TinkerToy701, thank you for the 100 bits. So we missed the hype train entirely. It is over. Valiant attempt, everyone. Valiant attempt. The points, the popcorn will be on pause. I'm not hitting myself. That was the cowbell.
It's a trap.
It was a trap, but we survived. We pull through. You were robbed by Krusty? Really? Wait, hang on. How many points do you have? Oh, yeah. How are you robbed by Krusty? There. It's not a big deal, dude. Seriously, they're internet points. I care. You like that? It's stereo. We should have timed that, Tinker Toy. We totally should have timed that. How did we not time that? You could have done your, and we could have done it like at the same time, and it would have been like 3D sound effect. You know? Remember we discussed the odds? It didn't change. That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it did not change. But look at that. You've got 45 million of points in your account. Like, it's really not that. I've lost no sleep over this at all. Because I didn't do it. No one did anything. I swear. It would have been so perfect. I agree. Touche slapper. Is it touche slapper? Touch slapper? Touche. Because it says, it looks like touche. What do you feel? That's all you gotta do is ask. It's not a, okay, people, if I need to explain, it's just, they're pretend internet points. That's it. It's just fun. If you can't have fun with this stuff, what's the point? Or I should say, what's the popcorn? Rob, that's funny. Okay, I am going to try this one. This is the blueberry waffle cereal. So this has got blueberry in it. Does it have real blueberry? Hang on, let me see here. Let me check the ingredients. Yeah, blueberries. Okay. Generally not a fan of blueberries, but I love the Eggo cereal. Seriously, it's like cereal slave. It's like my favorite cereal. I'm not joking either. It's that good. And now I can say TinkerToy701 understands what I'm talking about. Does it snap, crackle, and pop? It does not. No snackle, crackle, and popple. Here we go. Gonna try this. It's good, but I feel the blueberries distract. Thank you, Tinker Toy 701. Perfect number there. 27 bits. Appreciate Tinker Toy 701 loves this stuff. He knows how bad a soggy cereal can be. No.
Hollywood 3D just resubscribed for 4 months. Hope you all are having a great evening.
Hollywood N3D, thank you so much. Cereal on a 4-day weekend? Oh yeah, that's a good evening. But the blueberry kind of takes away from the rest of the cereal. It's not bad. It's still Eggo cereal, but I prefer the original by far. I mean, gotta give them credit, right? You know, they're trying. You know, trying to give you fruit. I don't want fruit. I want fruit in my cereal. I'll put it in my cereal. Put fruit in my cereal. You have no idea. I've been waiting all day for this. All day. Got it earlier today. I'm like, oh man, I cannot wait to try this blueberry. But now, what I'm going to have to do is convince Diana to let me keep the original Eggo cereal, and then I'll give her this Eggo cereal, and then get her another box. So I'll trade her. Should basically get like 2.5 if I get one. There you go. Purple is a fruit. I agree. Cinnamon Toast Crunch will always be your number one. Hey, Hayes, I'm telling you. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is good. You've got to try the Eggo original cereal, though. You have to. It's good. Especially in a big cereal bowl. Not a pet bowl. We're calling this a cereal bowl. The cereal goes in it, and we don't have a pet. Yeah. It's not bad. The essence is there. But, yeah, okay. The blueberry melts away in the milk. So we're doing pretty well. It's funny you're bartering over food. Oh, yeah. It's hilarious. I gotta give away half my food. Tinker Toy 701 is with me. Team Eggo. Eggo is his new number one. I'm telling you, man, this is that good. Gonna get Timbits. No. Have I had Timbits, Liz? I don't think I can have the Dunkin' Donuts cereal because it's got marshmallows in it. This is something to look forward to. Oh my god. It's a 4-day weekend. The blueberry Eggo cereal, day 1 of 4. Why don't we have 4-day weekends every week? Why isn't that a thing? Has anybody figured out how to have 4-day weekends every week? Why can't we do that? We should start a rumor. Start a rumor saying, you know, other countries have 4-day weekends. And as long as no one pushes us on it, and they'll ask, whoa, yeah? What countries? And we'll say, Video Bargainville? Ah. Sorry, that was a Monty Python or not a Monty Python, Moxie Fruvis reference. Actually, let me try this without the milk. You have a 4-day weekend too? Man. Yeah. I'm not sure the blueberry adds anything to this cereal. It's not bad, but it doesn't really add anything. You know, they're no messing with the original. I have no idea why they sold these half off. But then again, that's, like I said, most of what we get is already discounted. But when I saw like a wall of Eggo cereal, I'm like, what? No way. That's the way to start the weekend, man. And I feel like I'm not cheating, because it is a 4-day weekend. Like, I had a day off today. But, you know, it may come to pass that I have cereal on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Why not? Why not? Something to look forward to. Marketing, that's all it is. No, dude. I'm telling you, the Eggo cereal is awesome. The Eggo cereal is amazing. It is so good. Delicious. And nutritious. It's got some vitamin D, calcium, iron, potassium, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, vitamin B6, folate, B12. Not a lot of it, but, you know, does have some of it, so can't complain too loudly. Yes, X-Files, you need more cereal in your life. Calories don't count on 4-day weekends. Okay, I'm with you there. Thank you, USA Top Spy, for following. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the Play Shop. Nice to meet you. Just enjoying some cereal. Some Eggo cereal. Which cereal did I side-by-side compare Eggo to last time? That would have been Honeycomb? No comparison. The Eggo cereal stomps Honeycomb. By far. The funny thing is, when the filament starts to get a little, you know, warm, it smells like, got a sweet smell to it. So it's very complimentary, the smell of this PLA. Not that I would eat that. Saturday morning cartoons with cereal. You have a better deal on that? There is none. There is no better combo than Saturday morning cartoons and cereal. Speaking of Saturday morning cartoons, tomorrow's Saturday. Yes, I will be watching cartoons. No, I will not be streaming that on Saturday morning. I will be streaming tomorrow night, of course, 6 p.m. Do it every day. But I think it was Netflix? Netflix or HBO Max, one of the two, is getting a Garbage Pail Kids cartoon series. It's coming back, baby! And this time it's gonna air. Oh my God, Barnacules!
Barnacules rated my stream with 276 viewers.
Hey everybody! Hope we had a good time with Barnacules. It's always a good time with Barnacules. I always learn something new. Every time I tune into Jerry, every time. So I'm going to teach you something new. And by the way, let me go ahead and answer the question. USA Top Spy asked if I bought my own 3D printer. I did not. This is a Prusa Mini. I do 3D print something new every day. Right now I'm working on this. A thermal detonator, which you saw Boosh hold on to. I'm printing another version of the top because I wasn't happy with how it turned out. But every day at 6 p.m. Pacific, I am live streaming right here, geeking out, answering questions, doing this interactive thing with chat. Much like Jerry does, interacts with chat. And that's a bulk of what I do as well. Since it's Friday evening, I've got a 4-day weekend, so I'm enjoying a cereal. Eating out of a Grogu bowl. Let me tell you, this is a huge props to Eggo cereal. This has become like my favorite cereal. This was a discounted version of the blueberry Eggo. You can see, saved like half. I love saving money. So I paid half. This is so good.
King
This is
Sulu
the blueberry
I just
version.
resubscribed for 2 months.
Thank you for resubscribing.
Barilla Raider.
So this is really, really good. I mean, it was affordable, but I like the original version better. So if you see an Eggo cereal on the shelf at the grocery store, grab it. Okay? Grab it. Because it's awesome. Seriously, I'm like, I opened the box tonight, and I swear I'm going to eat half the box. I mean, half of what's in the box. I'm not going to actually eat the box. By the way, thank you for following Darkheart1318. King Saru the 13th, thank you for subscribing for 2 months at Tier 1. Jolt Boom, thank you for following. Thank you for the posture checks. Vapin' Penguin, Old Joe, thank you for following. Sorry, my scroll button apparently does not want to scroll, so I have to set my cereal down. Ugh. Thank you for following Droid Jinja and FinFan 1971. Oh, Det My City 11. Of course, Barnacles, thank you for the raid. I do hope you had a good stream, Jerry. I hope everything is going well. Or at least well enough. I was tuning in the other day when you were effectively troubleshooting your own self, your own body. That's fun to do. But hope you've continued to learn more about that and can fight the good fight. As opposed to fighting the good fight with Microsoft and telemetry. You've taught me a lot, Jerry. Thank you for following FPS. I can't read the rest of that username. And Rustafari? Rustafari? Uh-oh. I'm almost done with this. I've got a lot of milk. So no, that means I have to soak up the milk with more cereal. See, now you couldn't say that I'm on my 3rd bowl, because that's not the case. I'm not on my 3rd bowl. What I'm on is my 1st bowl. Still. Show off my print? Oh, you mean flip over to the main screen? Fair enough. I can do that. Aww. I do need to change the Arabesh. And we've got about an hour 47 left on the countdown. So let's go ahead and adjust that while we're at it. An hour 47. We have, let's see here. I'm really bad at math. That's 60 plus 47. That's 107. Yeah? Did I get that right? Am I right? Let's go ahead and change that Arabesh. This is going to be a...
Homie Livis is now hosting my stream with 2 viewers.
Well, thank you for the host! This is a thermal detonator. Does it... Oh, boy, that barely fits. It fits! Let's just... I don't know if we can say... we're going to have to truncate that, I think. Let's just say therm detonator. There we go. Okay, that fits. I had to accommodate it. It was a long description, I guess. Thank you, Homie Live US. It looks like a CPU heat sink right now. It kind of does, but it isn't. This is what it's going to look like in the end. Right here. So we've got a little ways to go. And the reason why I'm reprinting this top half here is because I wasn't happy with how the inside came out. I was lacking some supports. And by the way, it has been 1 day. No, I'm sorry. It's been now 0 days since my last bleedy accident. I cut myself trying to remove supports today. But the cool thing about cutting myself now is I can use the Mandalorian bandages. So it's kind of like a win. It's a win-win situation. And I hurt myself. I poked myself pretty hard. I'm surprised it did not bleed more than it did. But I will have a full, really nice thermal detonator here, I hope, by the end of the night, printing this, and then, of course, the trigger. Good evening, Homie Live US, and yes, good evening, the old Locker Gnome handle. Beach Bum 7019, thank you for following. Liz, did you see anything from Barnacles? Is he good? Sorry, I'm, trying to keep up with chat here. And thank you, by the way, for running the raffle, Liz. And Mine37388, good to see you. And Rule of Two, one of my favorite handles ever. Literally ever. How was the second vaccine shot? It was good. And I can't believe I'm saying it was good. I mean, I got poked and it kind of stung a bit. But having us read between the lines. Yeah, that's right. I accidentally flipped people off earlier when I went to show them the bandage. The vaccine, you know, it went in here. They poked me, and it hurt more initially, and I think I was fine, except I effectively had a hangover, not a drunken hangover. I think I had a NyQuil hangover. So the NyQuil that I took ended up knocking me out more than the side effects of the vaccine. That's absolutely my belief. Director Chronic! Oh god, I'm missing all these I am sitting up straight, Liz. I'm missing all these shout-outs. If we miss Sith Lord Brit, there's a shout-out for Sith Lord Brit. If we miss Director Chronic, and if we missed Barnacles, shout out to Barnacles. All awesome people to be following here. As I'm eating tonight's cereal, Blueberry Eggo. I don't know if I'm going to make this a daily thing. Trying a new cereal, that's a lot of cereals to try. But it's fun. So, this is good. The blueberry cereal is good. Not as good as the original Eggo cereal, though. If I had a choice, I would choose the original Eggo cereal over the blueberry. I mean, yeah. And plus, I got it on sale, Director Chronic. Check that out. Got it on sale. Director Chronic recently got and I don't know if I'm asking Director Chronic directly. Is your Death Trooper uniform 501st certified, meaning you're 501st now, or will be? My Stormtrooper uniform could have been 501st, but I never actually stepped through the process because, let me tell you, wearing that Stormtrooper uniform is very uncomfortable. Like, if I were to do 501st, like, for real, what I would want to do is actually get an AT-AT driver, an AT-AT driver, because that was the first Star Wars figure I ever had. I should have done that up front, but, like, for some reason, like, a decade ago or so, like, eons ago, Ustream was still around. I got a Stormtrooper uniform that was 501st. It was all real. I never went through the process, but I was like, I kind of kicked myself for not getting the AT-AT driver when that happened. I don't know why I didn't do that, but oh well. I guess that means I can have a Stormtrooper costume / uniform that my wife kind of fits into too, and then I can get an AT-AT driver one separately and go 501st. We'll see. I'm sorry. I'm multitasking. I'm looking at like 3 different things going, okay, I'm trying to keep up with chat, making sure the print's going right, interacting, getting my questions answered, and eating the cereal before it gets too soggy. So if I spit on the microphone, don't worry. Like, it's not like I have to wear a mask here, because my projectiles aren't going to hit you, or at least shouldn't. Bad guys doing good. The 501st. I've worn just the helmet before. The helmet is fine. It's everything else in the Stormtrooper uniform that's so painful. Oh, you're looking forward to doing the charity events, especially in New York City. There's always something going on. Yeah, I believe it. I absolutely believe it. It's usually the case out here. I'm out in Seattle, and we have a really good Star Wars community out here. Like, it's amazing. Hello, VexXVex. Oh, I just spit some cereal onto something. I don't know where the hell it went. Just disappeared. Well, don't take this the wrong way, everybody. Glad you're not here in person. Because eating cereal in front of people on a stream, that's kind of normal. But if I was eating cereal in front of you and you're sitting right there, I would offer you some. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I wouldn't be rude about it, but there'd be a greater chance that I could spit some cereal onto you. Man, the only thing that can make this better would probably be, watching cartoons. But I'm not going to do that because I'm streaming. And making it Saturday morning and watching cartoons and eating cereal. Fun, sugary cereal. One of these days I may have to do that. Like, open up the stream early on a Saturday morning. And I'll be drinking coffee. Not eating cereal necessarily. See, it's winding up again. That coiling is just on the spool with the filament. It's making me nervous. You want to make a Jawa costume? Well, Utini, X-Files. Utini. Did I mention that cereal makes me gassy? Just a little? TinkerJoy701, thank you for pushing that out of my system. I needed the help. I knew this had fiber. Y'all gotta grab some cereal. It makes watching streams on Twitch so much more fun. Everything gives me gas. You can give me gas. It's easy to do. Hence the sound effects. So Director Chronic, yes, Sith Lord Brit has been streaming a few things. She's a cosplayer, and she's been building her own Mandalorian cosplay lately. She's done other stuff too. I think Predator as well recently. But like the other night, she was showing how she did like a backpack, like a Mandalorian, like a rocket pack, but how she greebled it, right? What she used for the different greebles. It was pretty sweet. I'm like, damn, dude. It was pretty cool. I was impressed. So yes, Sith Lord Brit is absolutely worth the follow. As is Director Chronic, but let me explain why. I gotta explain something. So, Director Chronic, is worth the follow, not because he plays Battlefront, but because he's a fan of bad lip reading. So, like, the Bushes of Love starts playing. Bushes of Love have been a favorite, right? And I know everyone knows Seagulls, right? I like It's Not a Moon. I'm not sure if It's Not a Moon is my favorite bad lip reading Star Wars parody. Hostiles on the Hill is also a pretty good one. I like to catch fireflies far away. I got this whole crew speeding as putting things down. I'm Superman. You know, I can't do it. Jedi can do it. Jedi knows the lyrics, I know. But he's singing, the Bushes of Love starts playing. I'm just like, it's the Bushes of Love. Who doesn't know the Bushes of Love? So yeah, it was. So then they're like, It's Not a Moon. I like, because every once in a while, I'll do I'll say one part of the lyric, and then Jedi will finish it. So I don't know like the full lyrics, but I'll like say like, do you have any bunions or lesions upon you? And then Jedi will say, let me check your feet. That's because you know, like, you gotta run, jump. And then she'll say, I could be your backpack while you run. You know, like, swing from, and then we'll do it. It's like a back and forth. I can sing one part of the lyric, she sings the other part of the lyric, and it's a thing. Have I seen the video of Vader being an a-hole while sitting in his chamber? I think I have, yes. I want to say that was a robot chicken. Bushes of Love is classic. 49 times we fought that beast. Your old man and me. We had a chicken head with duck feet and a woman's face too. Oh, that's rad! It was waiting in the bushes for us. Then I ripped off your dad's face. He was screaming something awful. There was this huge mess. I had to change the floors. The floors? You see, his blood had drained to the boards, so I had to change them. But we all got a chicken duck woman thing waiting for us. And then you'll hear Jedi coming. Every day I worry all day. Oh, bad lip reading. What did I do? What did I do with my life before bad lip reading? What did I do? And people stop it. They hear Seagulls, and they think that's the only one, right? It's not just the only... Thank you, Seahorse, for the stretch. It's not the only... Seagulls is not the only bad lip reading Star Wars song. There's It's Not a Moon. Hostiles on the Hill, Bushes of Love, Seagulls, and then I swear there's one other. It's Not the Future. It's Not the Future. So there's at least 5. At least 5. And then, here's another recommendation I was going to make for you in your chat there, Director Chronic. Stick! That's right, 6. Poke you in the head with my stick. Fear my stick. Dunk your coconut with my stick. Look at my stick. My stick. See, people know bad lip reading.
They do?
Yeah, they're bad lip reading. Then the other one you got to listen to. He's on YouTube. His handle is what's the guy? Now I'm blanking. Ask Jedi who's the guy who sings the other songs that we listen to in the car, because I can't remember. He sings Star Wars songs.
Oh, like parodies?
Yeah. Who am I thinking? It's not parodies. She'll know, and I can't remember. For some reason, I know it's not the name I'm thinking of. It's something else, but I'm trying to remember. My stick is better than bacon. Ha ha ha. You can't touch my stick. It's just a stick. Seriously, Jedi will come in here and she will finish the lyric. She will. She knows these songs. What's his name? Okay, now I gotta Google it here. Hang on. I know his name. Here, Royish Good Looks. He's got a lot of originals. He's got some parodies, but a lot of originals. So this is Royish Good Looks. Here's my recommendation tonight. If you love Star Wars and you love Star Wars songs, okay, here you go, Director Chronic. Sorry. Director Chronic's someone else. There you go, Director Chronic. So, I mean, his style may not be your jam, but he is rock solid. Like, he's got really good, like, very, very, very well done Star Wars songs. Some of them are parodies. Some of them are more like a pastiche. But nonetheless, they are enjoyable. Diana? She left. Dang it. I was going to ask her. I was going to trade one of these Eggo cereals, the blueberry Eggo cereals, for something else. But that's okay. It's okay. Not going to complain. Not even close to complaining. Yeah. At all. So, I am... You've seen his Baby Yoda music video. Yes, Baby Yoda. He's cute as a button. It's not my... Sorry, that's not my... I need to be in a lower register here. He's cute as a button. He's 50 years old. I gotta know. Baby Yoda. Where did he come from? Where is his home? I gotta know. Baby Yoda. Baby Yo, he's got another one too, like My Baby Grogu. That's a newer one that he had just released. But he's solid. He is, like, all of his Star Wars stuff is really good. So he's an artist that I do play. Hagar the Great, what I'm printing right now is a thermal detonator. Dun dun dun. So I've got this half here. I'm reprinting this part because I didn't like how this one, when I did not do supports the way I should have. So I'm going to reprint the top. Now, I'm glad you're asking because I have to show you something else. I'm going to go over to a website. Oh, I probably should not have resized it so large, but I did. I made the mistake. My mistake. Let me go ahead and flip over to the quad view. There's my... Hello, everybody. I got the disco light over here. Got my mouse. Got my Darth Vader mouse pad. Who doesn't have a Darth Vader mouse pad? Who among us does not use a Darth Vader mouse pad? I ask you. Who doesn't? Someone, y'all do. Okay, so head over to thangs.com. They are a sponsor of the show. Do a search, Thermal Detonator, and you'll get a laundry list of thermal detonators that you can too print out. Available from a variety of sites, and you can choose whichever one you want. So, like over here, on prusaprinters.org. Thangs.com linked me off to it, and this is like a single item, right? So this is what you could print just as a single item. So it's not as detailed as the one that I'm printing off in 3 pieces. Still, it would be relatively simple and straightforward to print without gluing anything together. But then scrolling down a little further, you can see that there are other thermal detonator models available, including this one, Thermal Detonator V2, which some people enjoy. Some people wanted this one. This would have been a little more than I would have wanted, because I'm not necessarily going to be messing with electronics or anything like that. Still, this is a very, very nice model. So that would have been an option. Another option here, Thermal Detonator from Star Wars. And this is closer to the one that I'm doing. You see it's a very dark filament here. And this one has, let's see here, the object parts, probably 3 different parts. Oh, just one. Okay. So it's just one. There's no moving parts. It is what it is. Or seemingly it is what it is. Maybe it's a print in place. Original file model. Thing is hollow, designed so you can stick LEDs in it. Drill another hole in the bottom, sticking Christmas lights. So there are many thermal detonators that you can grab off the web. None of these are the ones that I happen to be doing. There's a stand, if I wanted to print a stand specifically for a thermal detonator. Different models, all together. The one that I found is on, it was hosted on Thingiverse. And it works, or it should be working very, very well from everything that I can see. Krillin64, thank you so much for the light change. We're going to the color purple. Good color, everybody. There we go. We have been purpled. Thank you for following Shoot a Warlord. And welcome to my play shop. 3D printing some Star Wars stuff, as I'm prone to do every evening, starting around 6 p.m. Pacific. Very appreciated. You don't have a Darth Vader mouse pad, but you wish you did. No, they're out there. This is a licensed version of the Darth Vader mouse pad, too. No doubt about that. So the nice thing about Thangs.com is that when you pull up the Thangs website on your phone, either iOS or Android, let me go ahead and take you back to the main page here. On iOS or Android, what happens? I'm not gonna say what happens. I'm gonna show you what happens. I'm going to Thangs.com. And I'm going to search for, let's say here, let's just do a search for Star Wars. That's a great search. I love the Star Wars search. Let's search Thangs and pull up an X-Wing. So I've got the model here. Let me go ahead and dim the brightness of the screen just a tiny bit. Might help. There we go. And then pressing the open in augmented reality feature. And what happens is I've got the object here that I can place in my space. So you don't need a 3D printer at all to take advantage of this feature. You could look at any one of the files that they allow you to look at in augmented reality. You can spin it around. You can see the size in your space to see how big do you want it, how small do you want it, you know, where do you want it, where might you want it to go, so you can get a better idea of what it's going to look like in your environment. Thangs.com. Thangs.com is where you can do that. And you can see my popcorn. I can put the X-Wing in the popcorn if I wanted to. I do not recommend putting X-Wings in popcorn, by the way. Not a good idea to put X-Wings in popcorn. You can do it if you want. I just wouldn't recommend it. But as they also note on Thangs.com, geometric search, so you can use your model to find geometrically similar or related models. Unlimited storage, so you can upload as many models as you want. Then, of course, you could also collaborate on different models. That's Thangs.com. And as far as I'm concerned, it's the easiest way to find the files that I might want to find, because it's a meta search. So you go there, you do one search, it searches it all. It's fan-frickin-tastic. It's amazing. And I'm not just saying that because they're a sponsor. I genuinely lose it. I lose it. I totally lose it. I use it all the time. Because instead of going to one website and doing a search, I'd rather just go to one website to do all the searches on all the websites to find exactly what I want to print. Because as I pointed out, there are several thermal detonators out there. But out of all of them, I thought the one that would be most suitable for me was this one. And seemingly, at least to this point, I feel I've made the right decision. I can always go and print another one. I'm not sure if I'm going to chuck this half or if I'm going to print another bottom half for Jedi to have so we can each have a thermal detonator. You know, you can't have too many thermal detonators around the house, you know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you do. Maybe you do have too many thermal detonators. Maybe there is such a thing. I don't know. I have no idea. No clue. So if I'm missing any chat, I do apologize. It does tend to get overloaded with raffles and points and everything like that. But I do try to keep an eye out for any particular questions and/or comments. Thank you, by the way, Engineered3 for following just now. Welcome to the Play Shop. Glad to have you here. What do we got? What do we got? Give me a second. What do we have? It's Trog. Thank you for following. Welcome to the Play Shop. Glad to have you here. Add at the chat. Okay. I was doing the thangs thing. I had to do the quad thangs thing. So we've thangsed it. And thank you to Thangs for helping me find the perfect thermal detonator for me. Let's go ahead and add at that chat, shall we? Bloop. The timer should be close to accurate. We're at about 51% the way through this particular print. That's a lot of gray. Look at all that gray. Look at all those AT-ATs. It's like an invasion. I love it. Can't have too many AT-ATs. That's one thing I have not printed, believe it or not. And thank you for your patience, Mine37388. And Liz, of course, for reminding me. Sometimes it'll skip my mind. I'm like, I don't mean to. It's not my intention. But sometimes I like totally space on, oh, that's right, I was supposed to do this. Hell, I haven't even showed you what I got. Oh, I keep forgetting. When CNEP was here, I totally forgot. And Director Chronic was here, and I totally forgot. I got some Star Wars stuff to showcase. All right. So now I have to wait for either Director Chronic to pop back or CNEP to possibly come back after he does his chores. You love the AT-AT and ATST? Yeah, I'm a fan of the ATST. Zeroed out. All right, well, I guess I'm going to show you because I don't want to forget for the rest of the night. But here's what I got today. I got a package including a Star Wars tiny tin. I have the full set. I have the full collection of these tiny tins. But I needed to add something extra to the cart to get free shipping. I'm a sucker for that. But these tiny tins are little lunch pails that come with these pseudo thermoses with it looks like it's a tiny window, yes, but these things are super tiny. Series 1, I doubt they're ever going to do a Series 2, but I needed to get these because they were just really kind of fun and trinkety. Never saw them in stores, only saw them online, the tiny tins. Going to keep that one in the box. For Jedi, I got two of them. I got a backup. This is the backup. The Child Brush. This is a licensed Child Brush. Not available in the U.S. This was not available in the U.S. Today, you got more Black Series? That's awesome. So, if you wanted to have... This is the box, unfortunately, both boxes were kind of damaged. They were cracked. Not a big deal. I wasn't planning on keeping that in mint condition. And yes, happy birthday, Hollywood N3D. Very glad to have you in the community. Anyway, a Grogu hairbrush. Jedi has hers. And then, because apparently we were running low, I grabbed a couple of others as backups, because I have no idea how long they're going to be available. Some Grogu balloons. Here, should I blow one up? I'm not going to. For Hollywood's birthday, to celebrate the birthday. Yeah, some Grogu balloons. If Director Chronic comes back or CNEP, you're gonna have to remind me. Hey, show him this stuff again. This is it must have come out in the holiday season, but it is a Grogu glowing necklace, lights up, or should light up. I still have the battery tab in the tester here, so it may have like run through the test battery, but I never even knew this existed. So it exists, and it's like a holiday lights with Grogu on it. Must have come out, like I said, last year. Totally missed it. And then this is another thing that I got in the package. These are little espresso mugs, I would have been happier with Imperials, but this is the one they had, and it was on sale. So I got them. They're closer to Demitas type of mugs, kind of cute. So nice, and I love the fact that they're espresso mugs, right? Not just coffee mugs. So, maybe, on these days where I'm not feeling over-caffeinated, maybe later in the day I can have a second shot of espresso if I'm feeling up for it, and then have it in a Demitas so I don't feel so bad. Right there. So there's that. And then I got a couple of these. Jedi wanted to open one, although I don't believe her when she says, "Oh no, I totally need that." She's not going to use it. She tends not to use these types of things. But we've got from Numbskull. I got this. I mean, I ordered it, but it's made by Numbskull. Basically a stationery kit. But it's more than a stationery kit because it's got the like a book. It's got a pen. It's got a keychain. It's got socks. These are socks. And then I'm not sure what that is. Give me a second. And thank you, by the way, for the follow, Jolly Green 86. Welcome to the Play Shop. Hope you're enjoying Star Wars here with me. Star Wars seems like it's more about merchandise than it is storytelling. You know Star Wars. It's always been that way. Merchandising. Feeling tired? See, Travis? Well, fair enough. Thank you for hanging out. Oh, I know what I got in this package. This is what else I got. I got these nice, very nice rubber coasters. I love the merch, so I'm not apologizing for it at all. Love the merch. And watch the latest Bad Batch episode as well. Rock solid. So I got the new coasters there, including a Sith Trooper. These are nice. My fear with these coasters is that the white is going to rub off. These coasters seem like they're well done. They're durable, like they're rubbery, they're flexible. But yeah, for sure. Like they're I don't know how well they're going to stand liquid. The pen is, there's nothing remarkable about the pen. It's got Star Wars and Kylo Ren on it. Nothing really remarkable about the book, assumedly. Yeah, just lined paper. Good little diary. Keep notes. Keep track of things. Love the design, though. It's spectacular. Reminds you of the Spaceball scene merchandising. Are you saying I look like Dark Helmet? Is that what you're saying? That's what you're saying, right? I sound like yogurt, but look like Dark Helmet? That's what you're saying, right? And then socks. For some reason, this is just the weirdest combination of random things. But socks. So, happy to have this particular set. Got 2 of them. When it comes to the stationery stuff, my fear is, when I get one on sale, I gotta get 2. If only because, the stuff gets used and then it can't get used again. And then, I'll feel bad. I'm like, oh man, I wish I had another one. So yeah, socks, stationery, coasters. It's kind of like a bachelor's thing, I guess. A bachelor's set. Socks and a pen and coasters and a keychain and a book. Like, what else could that be? It's just bizarre. Oh, you love how Rick Moranis is coming back for Honey, I Shrunk the Kids reboot. Oh, there's a reboot coming? Did not know that. What bachelor needs a notebook? What? I don't know. I don't make up the rules. Don't ask me. I'm just saying. It's possible. Not saying it's practical, but it is possible. Am I wrong? Am I right? Does anyone dare challenge me? Yeah, I've always been a fan of the merch, and I will take, any day of the week, I will take having more than enough than not enough. Because I grew up in a time where we did not have enough, there wasn't enough, and then it stopped. I remember when we didn't have enough Star Wars stuff, and I'll go as far as to say this, Jolly Greens. There's not enough Star Wars stuff. Now, people do disagree with me. Oh, there's more than enough, and it's merch, and it's merch. Well, yeah, but imagine there not being anything. People would be upset when there wasn't anything. I'm upset because I don't feel there's enough. So it's weird, it's like the same spectrum, but, we're just in different parts of it. Hell, I'm typically 3D printing something new that's Star Wars every day, and I'll still say it's not enough. What else am I going to do? I mean, I can only watch one episode of Bad Batch a week, which is great. Don't get me... Again, I am more than happy to take it in. I would rather have something than nothing. Because I lived through the nothing. I've been through the nothing, and that, maybe that's just the never-ending story just like gnawing at my brain. There was a shortage of Star Wars content until episodes 1 through 3 came out. Indeed, mine 37388. And that's what it was. It was a dark period. Everything went dark, and I know there are people out there, oh, but Legends and EU and all that. And I'm like, yeah, but it wasn't the same as what happens when these companies do a big push around like a film launch. And we haven't had anything close to that until like The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian proved that you could have a streaming show and still merch the hell out of everything, right? You could still sell merch not tied to a movie, and it would sell. Like Grogu stuff sells. This is a show, not a movie. Of course, Disney's got to be thinking we need to make a Mandalorian movie. They have to be doing it. They have to. They have to be making a Mandalorian movie. I refuse to, like, where somehow the Mandalorian has to come and save Grogu. Something happens. I don't know. I gotta know. I gotta know. Did I see the insanity that happened one of your art friends stream last night involving Pop Cats and anime girls? I totally missed that. But if Pop Cats are involved, Chris is definitely teasing Brit with the Grogu merch now. Oh, I got Grogu merch, that could last me to the end of time, and it's still not enough. I'm just saying. I'm unapologetic. I'm not hiding behind it. Some people don't like that. Some people are like, oh, let it go. I'm like, yeah, but it's just half the fun. I don't think I could watch the shows over and over and over again and enjoy it the same way, but, every day I could 3D print something new or something different, something that I didn't have, something that they don't sell. They do not sell thermal detonators. Like the toy, they just don't. I don't think they ever will. So to be able to 3D print one, it's fantastic. There are, if you look up a thermal detonator, Boosh. I always pronounced it Boosh. Some people went Bausch. Some people sell this stuff like all like fully complete, like with a light and everything. I'm like, that's one hell of a job. It's pretty outstanding. But it costs money. It costs a lot, and I'd rather not spend that much on something. If I can help it. Yeah, I could, but I'd rather not. I'd rather print it myself and have something that works well enough as a model. And, if I wanted to go the extra mile and get something that lit up, then, of course, I could step through and actually get an item that was, something that had lights on it and everything. But this is, as far as I can tell, exactly what I needed it to be, or will need it to be, as a thermal detonator. Minus maybe if the filament, the filament is more of a gray versus like a silver. It could be painted and it could be weathered at some point. I don't know if I'm going to go that far, though. Baby Yoda and Grogu stuff is huge. Even non-Star Wars fans know about the character. Yeah, everyone knows Baby Yoda. Everyone. That very quickly hit the zeitgeist. The Baby Yoda is definitely in consciousness. It was picked up, and people ran with it. And the fact that they didn't have more merch, it is kind of a shame. But at least Disney caught up now. At least they've got it now. At least they've got, well, I wouldn't say enough, but an idea that people want more of it. So hopefully, just like you can expect a Darth Vader thing, typically around any holiday, I would hope to also see something Baby Yoda in places that otherwise you would not see Baby Yoda. Pack of Fist notes how they kept the character in the wraps leading up to premiere. I have no idea. I know. Like, it was a huge, it must have been huge, because, man, that would have been a tremendous leak. And you know what? I gotta tell you, I'm very appreciative that they did, because as much as I would have loved to have the merch day one, because immediately I'm like, what? Where's the merch? And it wasn't there. It wasn't spoiled for me. There was nothing that was. I felt like I was I missed out because I was spoiled. I felt I was as pleasantly surprised as anybody seeing this child, this baby Yoda, right? Even though immediately I kind of fought it. I'm like, dude, it's a baby, sure, a child, but it's not Yoda. That is not Yoda. And we didn't have a name until season 2. Which made it even more difficult to find, right? When you've got a name, you can find it, right? Darth Vader. It's an easy name to find. But Baby Yoda would turn up tons of bootleg, tons of Yoda stuff, and then even searching for the child, you couldn't find anything. You found Star Wars stuff for children. So yeah, it was that was a pretty big mistake. Coda120 has a link to the Chia Pet, the child. We haven't gotten that one. We ended up getting the Chewbacca. We got the Chewbacca one. I think the Yoda one. We didn't get the child because, and maybe we will. The child might be actually easier to grow on because Chewbacca, the seeds kept falling off. His beard came in more patchy than mine, and mine comes in patchy. But it didn't work very well. I don't think that, but that was the Chewbacca one. It is entirely possible, and even the Yoda one, it's very possible that because the child comes in the pod, that the pod itself, or the pram with its flat surface, would be a lot easier to spread the seeds across evenly and keep misted. But I have not, I was like, $20, I don't know. But like, maybe if it goes on sale, I'd grab it. Baby Yoda was bigger than Pokemon. Well, as much as I'd like that to be true, I'm not sure it is. I'm not quite sure that it is. Thank you, TinkerToy701. You'll be here tomorrow for cartoons and cereal. Yes, indeed. Well, at least cereal. Tomorrow, I'm going to be assembling the brick sketch of the Stormtrooper. That's the plan for tomorrow. A Lego set, because it's been like, what, a couple weeks since I put this particular one together? Or a set, any set together. It's been a couple weeks since I got it, I should say. And I'm feeling my voice getting strained. Ooh, wow, that's warm. Got a couple of other things here on the desk that I did not show yet, which I will show now. Give me a second. Let me do this. I haven't even hit my popcorn yet. I will. All in good time. My cereal's still digesting. Unfortunately, the Marvel subscription process is not perfect. Like it's dented corners and everything. This is Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters, Marvel 13, imperfect corner, but these modern comics are probably not going to be worth much anyway. War of the Bounty Hunters. So this must be a crossover issue. It's okay, I can flatten that out. Not a biggie. War of the Bounty Hunters. Yes, I know. I'm like the last person who collects comics. Although, who was that guy? The stock guy last night. He does comics too. And then Star Wars High Republic 5. What I want to get is the High Republic kids books, children's books, because I feel that's how I'm going to learn a lot about the characters. Not through the comics, but I feel I'm going to learn it through the kids books. The filament is like brushed steel with that sheen. I kind of agree. That's my feeling. Is like it's like a pristine brushed steel, metallic looking filament specifically for this. Sorry you were late. Didn't hear. Have I recovered from the shot? Oh, Coda 120. I don't think I even had a chance to recover. I think I was fine. I feel I would have woken up yesterday just fine. The problem was I hedged my bets and took a NyQuil and woke up with a NyQuil hangover. And it took literally half the day for me to get through the NyQuil hangover. Like the NyQuil hit me harder than the shot. Because after the side effects from the NyQuil wore off, I was fine. And I've been fine. fine. Arm's not, I mean, arm's a little sore still, but like, no, wait, hang on. It's not sore at all. Yeah, okay, it's a little sore, but not, it's inconsequentially sore. I had a feel for it, like, where did I get my shot? That tells you everything you need to know. 48 hours later. Like, the first one was worse. Here's my mistake. This was my mistake. I did enjoy my day off today. Thank you very much, Mark. My mistake in the first shot was not moving my arm enough that first day, not moving it enough, and not drinking enough liquid, not drinking enough water. So I solved that problem the second time, and I'm fine. Fine. So sign me up for getting flu shots for the rest of my life. Now that I've cracked that, because I'd rather get a shot with a vaccine than get sick. And when you have a kid, you know how easy it is to get sick. You don't even have to do anything. They get sick and they give it to you. Kids. Also, eat more popcorn. That's the solution. You got to eat more popcorn. That's what you got to do. Second one knocked you out. That was good. Honestly. Didn't have any issues. Or I feel I didn't. Apart from the NyQuil. That was my mistake. What's my popcorn brand of choice? I don't know if I have one. I will say my favorite type of popcorn is the, what they call, magic mushroom popcorn. So it tends to be a kernel that fluffs up. So like every other, here. That does give you a good idea. But let me go ahead and go to a quad view here. Let's go equal. Most, not all, as I pick up different, hopefully they come in focus, they all flower up like that. All of them flower up like that. No, I don't like the magic. I've never had magic mushrooms. The brand is generic. I pick it up at a local grocery store, run by an older couple, and the label calls it mushroom popcorn, but it's not a mushroom. There are no mushrooms involved. It's how it's describing the look of how the kernel explodes, like a mushroom, as opposed to the traditional popcorn that I believe is called butterfly, or known as butterfly style. So I definitely, if I have a preference, it's not a brand, it's a style of popcorn. Many people don't know there are different types of popcorn. A mushroom popcorn is one of those kinds. And I didn't know it until I went to the store. I said, "What's this?" And they said, "Well, some people like it." All right, we'll try it. And then every kernel popped up perfectly. Like a magic mushroom. Without being a magic mushroom. Deviously Mango, another fail? J Hobo. Shout out to J Hobo. If Liz doesn't get you, I will. J Hobo carves, and he does many things, but like, you'll tune into his stream, and he's carving coins. I popped in the other night, and I asked him, "Have you done Star Wars?" And he goes through, and he shows me like all the Star Wars coins that he's carved. It's crazy. It's awesome, though. That's J Hobo. So give him a follow if you're interested in people doing very unique things here on Twitch. I love that. Because I could never do it, that's for sure. So J Hobo asks, how do you pop it? Air popper, pan stove, popcorn popper. In terms of how we do our popcorn, I prefer, as much as I love popcorn with oil because it tastes good. I tend to save calories by just going and asking Diana to do it in an air popper. And then we effectively, or she puts Nooch on it, nutritional yeast. So it's packed with B vitamins, gives it flavor. There's some amount of salt, but not a lot of salt. Salt is less of a concern. But I get the same satisfaction with this popcorn, the crunch and the fluff, as I would through, or with popcorn that was made in oil. Plus, I can save massive amount of calories. So hopefully that answers the question, J-Hobo. You forgot a couple Star Wars coins? Oh, no worries. I have some amount of Star Wars coins, nothing original. All like collector's items. Quite a few. I don't like the microwave popcorn because they tend to throw a lot of chemicals in that. It's easier, but it doesn't taste as good. And the chemicals. I remember Jiffy Pop. I remember my dad using Jiffy Pop on the stove. Shake it, 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 shake it. I get my love for popcorn from my dad, I think. He doesn't eat his popcorn with chopsticks, though. I'm not even sure my dad can use chopsticks. As far as Octoprint is concerned, Deviously Mango, that's not a territory I have trod down. There are probably people who have here, but definitely not me. You stay away from microwave, read an article, not good? Yeah, I believe it. Well, I'm not going to do it just because what it says in an article. I just read the ingredients list. I'm like, what does it got? I'm like, do I need this? No. So, that's why it's just popcorn, air popper, Nooch. It's funny, y'all. You know, you've been watching me eat cereal with milk, sometimes beer, not with cereal, but separate, popcorn. But you know, it's just about a balance, and I've been able to find a balance for me and maintain my weight. So I eat, not just on the stream, but I eat. Ate very well. You should try a black sheen filament for this print next time. I don't know if I'm going to be doing another one, but I don't disagree with you. Says that's a great idea. J Hobo says, I was amazed when I first saw you eating popcorn with chopsticks. I thought I was the only one who did that. No, you're not. And I think I only started doing it on the stream. Or did I? I can't remember if I was doing it before the stream, but I was definitely on the stream because I did not want to get my hands covered in Nooch. Right? Because, especially if I'm messing with the printer or typing on the keyboard, I'm just trying to keep the area as clean as possible. And the popcorn, or eating the popcorn with the chopsticks, of course, you got to be more precise. But I can handle that. And the clean hands, right? I don't have to worry about my hands. Clean hands, and it lasts longer. J-Hobo, exactly right. I may have zero carving skill, but we do have that in common. See, I can 3D print a coin, but carve one? I suck at filing things. What's for dinner? Popcorn. And earlier, half a box of new... Just enjoying my popcorn in here. I heard Jedi. Anyway, had some of the cereal. Had half a box of that. Eggo cereal is the bomb. It is so good. I'm telling you. Next time you're in the grocery store, or if you're not the one who goes grocery shopping, tell your partner, tell your friend, tell whoever who goes shopping, get Eggo cereal. Mark my words. If she sees the cereal, it's gone. Yeah, pretty much. That's Diana. But I got Diana 2 boxes for herself, plus this. I'm going to see if I can trade her for for the plain Eggo. I like the plain Eggo better than the blueberry one. Keto equals no cereal. Yeah, I'm vegan, so I can eat dang near anything so long as it doesn't have an animal product in it. Better than honeycomb? Yes, rule of two. Last weekend, last Sunday, I went out after trying Eggo cereal on Saturday. Not on sale. I went out and got a honeycomb just to do a side-by-side. And indeed, it's true. Honeycomb is okay. Nothing wrong with it. But Eggo stomps honeycomb. Stomps it. And they're not the same. They kind of look the same, but they're not the same. Different ingredients. Honeycomb's larger. Different flavor altogether. The Eggo cereal packs flavor into it like so well. You like Crunch Berries, huh? Why is Eggo cereal always on sale? Because people haven't found its awesomeness yet. I first didn't get it on sale, and then I saw it on sale today. Hopefully it stays around. Because that would be a big disappointment if it doesn't. And I'm like, oh, I finally found a cereal I love. And I found a non-chocolate cereal that I love. Because I like a lot of the chocolate cereals. Diana? Diana? I'm going to see if I can find out. Wanted her to take the cereal and trade for the regular one before she eats the regular one on her own, because there was only one regular one on sale today. And I grabbed two because I knew she would want a box that she could have for herself. Well, hopefully this is going to print just fine. I thought the other one was going to print just fine, and then the filament snapped. Do I eat cereal for breakfast? No, I don't eat cereal. My routine is typically get up in the morning, make a cup of coffee, add heavy cream, or silk heavy cream, right? Vegan. Coconut cream. Really good. Silk, but silk heavy cream. It's got to be that. Not coconut cream, not coconut milk, but silk heavy cream that's made of coconut. Make a cup in the AeroPress. That's good. I enjoy it. Eventually, I want to work my way back up to drinking 2 a day, so I can have a second cup of coffee in a smaller mug. Maybe I should have my original cup in a smaller mug, although this mug is too small to accommodate things are now falling everywhere. The plunger on the AeroPress. But yeah, so I have a coffee, and then usually for lunch Diana will often make beans. Sometimes she has lentils, so I'll have like a bowl, like a big bowl of usually pinto beans or something like that. It's very hearty. It gets me through. I'll have that. Probably have a snack in the afternoon. Possibly some other stuff we might have around, like some vegetables, munching on this, that, and the other thing. And then come evening, I eat popcorn. Might have a beer, although I'm thinking about pausing that for a while. For no reason. There's no impetus. Did I watch The Bad Batch? Yes. Watched that this morning. It was good. I loved it. I'm just so glad to have Star Wars again. It's a good show. I mean, it feels... There's a certain formula, it follows the same formula as Mandalorian. Every show it's a different mission, and they're going from place to place to complete a larger mission. It's a bit formulaic, but I love it. I absolutely love it. I don't think we can talk about details because it's pretty close. There'd be too many spoilers. But I enjoy the fact that I can watch a new Star Wars something. I don't care if it's animated or live action. And yes, Britt, you have to let me know what you think about that silk. You have to. They sell it at Target. And there are other places that'll sell it, but that's the one. And if you Depending on the thickness of your coffee, like I take my coffee thick. I make it as thick as I possibly can. Although I've had to water it down lately. Or I've been watering it down somewhat. But if you use just the regular, like a tablespoon of it, it depends on how creamy you like it. But it's strong. It's good. It's rich. It's a very rich cup of coffee. That's how I prefer it, though. I'd rather have one really good cup of coffee. And so I tend to make it strong and punchy rather than watering it down. Like if I have a watered down cup of coffee, it's not a good cup. And that's been the problem in having to cut back on my coffee intake, because I haven't had the right balance, and trying to find that right balance, because I want more liquid, but you can't add more water to the coffee because then it gets watered down. It's frustrating. You used to exclusively use a Silk OG soy creamer. See, I don't like creamers. Creamers are too watery. That's me. That's my, like, again, I like it strong. Strong, rich, thick. I'm in. So yeah, you gotta try Silk. You know, I don't know how you take your coffee otherwise. I'm like, what do you say, black? Was it black? So you take it black. Depends on how much water's in it, but the more, let me put it this way. The less watered down your coffee is, the less good it will be with the cream. And what I'm saying is, you can always water it down. So my recommendation is start it thicker, because you can always water it down, but it's more difficult to thicken up the coffee. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's Silk heavy cream and nothing else. If it's either that or I get espresso. Because if I can't get the Silk heavy cream, it's just straight up espresso. Straight up espresso. No cream at all. Just espresso. Or an espresso blend coffee with Silk heavy whipping cream. You always love the taste of veggie chips. Not sure if it's actually vegan. It is. Just has a ton of oil in it. But it's good. Veggie chips are good. Usually eat peanut butter on whole wheat. That's not bad. I don't eat cereal in the morning, though, often. I save it now for the stream. Kind of funny. Chobani makes an oat one. I'm not too particular about, like, soy, oat, coconut, almond. I got some avocado milk for the cereal. I just haven't used it yet. Well, we're just talking about my favorite coffee, Liz. Someone asked what I eat in the morning, I think. So there's some question around that. I was telling Britt about the wonders of Silk heavy cream. And I learned last year, after I grew to love it, that right around September, October, it goes away. Like, they do the full run on it. And the reason why is because they pull back the production, because they use that coconut cream to make eggnog for the holiday season. And it doesn't come back till right around Thanksgiving. And so for like 6 weeks last year, I went without my coffee. I was so angry. I'm like, oh my god, I miss my coffee so much. I had espresso, but it wasn't the same. So this year, come that time of year, like September-ish, I'm going to have to stock up again. I will stockpile it. I will. I don't know. Creamer, I was saying this to Britt before he came back, but creamer to me is just too watery. It's not thick enough. But then again, even when I wasn't vegan, I would have heavy whipping cream. I would not have half and half. I did not like half and half. Never really liked half and half. When I discovered heavy whipping cream, that was it. That was it. I've had so much heavy whipping cream in my life. See, the Silk coconut heavy whipping cream does not have sugar in it. FYI. Amish. If you were curious. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. By the way, how's Zach doing? I was hanging out a while today with him. I still think he's absolutely... He's out of his gourd to try to do 24 hours. Gotta go give him another T-Rex scare. Post a link to this stuff. Hang on. Silk. Heavy whipping cream. This is it. Accept no substitutions. There you go, Amachase. Oh, he's AFK. Okay. Figured you'd have to take a break, dude. It takes a lot. People don't realize how much energy it takes to do a stream. It's not just sitting there. I mean, you could, but part of it is like interacting and hanging out and chatting and like, what is going on? He just finished his pod. He doesn't sound like that all the time, but like when he goes into his voice, you know, he gets very deep. But he doesn't sound like that all the time. He's napping, face down. Yeah, he wakes up and he's got a brick like stuck to his forehead. Hey, I was just taking a break, everyone. Just taking a break. Went into the other room, walked around. He's, you know, there's a piece of Lego glued to your forehead, right? What? IE is going away. It is long overdue. So I'll give you a story about IE. Give me a second. I remember trying IE2 and loving it. IE2 was so fast on Windows. I liked IE2. I liked IE3. And then I remember I remember the day that IE4 was released. They had something, and I still have the t-shirt somewhere. I downloaded IE4 like Midnight Madness. And if you downloaded and could prove that they said that if you could prove that you downloaded IE4 at midnight, I remember doing it on dial-up on a farm in the middle of nowhere just to get the t-shirt. And I did. And that was IE4, and I remember IE4. I remember that moment well. Enjoyed the hell out of IE. Loved IE. And then IE6, you know, kind of languished. And that's kind of when I had pretty much fallen away from IE. I used Maxthon as an overlay to Internet Explorer 6 in later years. Never got onto the Firefox train. But then by the time IE7 rolled around, I was kind of... What was I using? Wasn't using... I must have still used IE7, but... On Windows, at least, the default... But I might have had already moved on to Mac OS at the time. So I was effectively using Safari. And I used Safari for years, and then up until recently, I was using Safari. And then I basically switched to Google Chrome because of better performance, better scrolling performance on the desktop on Mac OS than Safari. Safari took a nosedive for perf. I don't know. It's just completely random how it just took a hit, but it did. You think you still have the t-shirt from the download? You do too? I thought I was the only one. So I like what Microsoft's doing with Edge. I think Edge is on the right track. I think they're doing the right things. You know, there's a lot they're adding to it. I think for Windows, Edge is fine. Edge is out Chrome on Windows, or easily would. I'm still not sure about Mac OS, though. Edge on Mac OS. I'm not sure if there's that many gains on the alternative platform. You'd think Safari would have the easy win, but Safari's, in many ways, it's fallen woefully behind. I'm glad it's still around. I'm glad they're still doing something with it, but Chrome is doing more. Google's doing more with Chrome than Apple's doing with Safari. And like I said, I absolutely cannot deny massive perf differences in recent testing that I was shocked to discover. Absolutely shocked. Zach is back, no head bricks. Oh, fair enough. Going Chromium was smart. For Microsoft, yes, it was. Do I still have the t-shirt? I do. It's packed away somewhere. I have a feeling I know where it is. I mean, I don't wear it. but I do have it. So I've got a bit of history. Internet Explorer history. When Internet Explorer was awesome. Especially compared to Netscape. Netscape was always a dog. Always. Well, like I said, I never caught the bug for Firefox. Find Edge is putting makeup on a pig. Not really. I mean, Edge is basically a modified version of Chrome. Just with Microsoft hooks. It's okay. I don't mind it. Not sure I'd say, oh yeah, it's my default everything. If Brave could improve its user experience, that would easily be a go-to. Unfortunately, I use a different browser on dang near every platform I use. It's just how it's how it's come out. Not that I want that, but it's how it is. Oh, you use Brave for YouTube so you don't get the ads? Well, I use YouTube Premium for that. I don't mind paying, though. I've never even heard of Pale Moon. So, I use Chrome. I use Edge. I use Safari on iOS. I use Brave on Android. So I use them all. I use them all. Actually, you made me think of something I didn't realize until, well, right now. I might have to try doing something to work around a problem that I was having. Like I said, I wish there could be... Alright, Britt, we'll see you in a sec. I wish there was one browser I could use, but living cross-platform, that's impossible. Or at least doing it the way that I do it, it's impossible. Life's too ingrained on Google ecosystem, use anything other than Chrome? Well, you'd be surprised. Brave on Android is a must. On iOS, you can get away with not using Brave. It's just the interface is kind of questionable. It's a little clunky. But on Android, oh, absolutely Brave. Doing well, I'm a big sports fan too. Hopefully you're doing well too. Remember using Safari on Windows for a while? Oh yeah. Yeah, it was a nice little experiment. Yeah, I'm glad Apple's doing what it's doing. And I think it's important for competition. I think they're going to stick with it for an infinite amount of time. But now it's basically Blink or Chromium, right? Blink, the rendering engine, and then WebKit. So those are the two. Trident's gone. I mean, I guess you have Gecko. That's probably not going away, but I don't see it taking off again. Safari just doesn't offer enough. And I like I said, I use Safari. It'd be harder to not use it if I was just using Apple products. But I'm not. That's the problem, is I use more than just Apple products. I use Apple products, Microsoft products, Google I use them all. For different things. And for different reasons. It's good to have options. Takes a gig of RAM to load them. Still use Safari, does what it needs to do. Well, I use a Mac, but I found that in recent builds, Safari... Sorry, here, Jedi. Safari doesn't perform as well with scrolling as Chrome. on my system. There's dramatic differences. There's massive, copious amounts of frame drops, which is just shocking to me. Yeah, I guess the pandemic's getting close to being over. Guess that means we got to go back to normal. I don't want to go back to normal. I was good with how things were.
Business is now hosting my stream with 27 viewers.
Business! Hope you had a good stream. I was just eating some popcorn with lightsaber chopsticks out of my R2-D2 popcorn bucket. I was also drinking some water out of my Grogu cup. And I am printing a thermal detonator. The other half to the thermal detonator. I 3D print something new every night. Usually it's Star Wars related, and sometimes I showcase new Star Wars things that I got. I got these Espresso Mugs. Some Star Wars Espresso Mugs. They're very small, because they're for espresso. You can't have too much espresso, I guess. A Grogu hairbrush. And then tomorrow, on my stream, since I do it every night at 6 p.m., I'm going to be putting together a Lego set. Of course, it's also Star Wars. Shocker. I do put together non-Star Wars sets, too. And I got this, I don't know what the hell you would call it, like a kit of various and sundry Star Wars things, like coasters and pens and writing booklet things like diaries and socks and keychains. Just weird assortment of stuff. And then some Grogu balloons, as well as a couple of new comics. Star Wars The High Republic 5 and War of the Bounty Hunters. This is Marvel 13, Star Wars 13, with ads for The Falcon and the Winter Soldier on the back. Oh, man, okay, business. I'm going to follow up with you about SummerCon. Thank you for the raid. Welcome aboard, everybody. I'm going to be following up with business on SummerCon, because I know the people that run, or at least one of the guys that helps put it together. So I'm going to follow up with you on that, because there may be something that we can do. There's something that I know I couldn't do on my own. I'll just put it to you that way. So have a good dinner, business. And again, I hope you did have a good stream. Got a thumbs up, so I assume it was a good stream. Thank you very, very much. And Aveline, it's also good to see you. You should be well into your weekend now. Hopefully it's a good weekend. An eventful or uneventful weekend, whichever one you want it to be. You know, some people want eventful weekends. Some people would rather do nothing. I'm kind of in between. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I would if I would want an uneventful or an eventful weekend. I would want an uneventful eventful weekend, in the sense that I would want nothing to happen except for fun things that didn't stress me out or strain me. Yeah? That sounds like a good weekend? Is that a good weekend for everyone? That's a good weekend for me, I can tell you that. Wait, what? Are you taking off there? Nomi 3? 82% done. Half hour left to go on this top part, and then we're going to do the Switch. Not to be confused with a Nintendo Switch. That would be something completely different. This is right around around the time where the filament snapped on the first time that I did this. Oh, you'll be around with the fam? Fair enough. Very happy that you can hang. Geeky Faye followed me. She does 3D printing stuff. She followed me on Twitter today. Oh, yeah. We get someone, I think it was C. Travis, tagged us on a tweet together. Does Aveline have a work in progress right now? You're in and out today working on a Saturday, so wish to hang out longer. You're really working on a Saturday? A Hayes 31 asks if 3D printing screws up often or no. For me, it probably does because I'm still I'm learning the ropes. I would have been happier with the first one if I used supports as I should have used them. But this still would have been workable. There's nothing wrong with this. This is a viable piece here. I still may melt it down and use it as scrap. But like this piece turned out fine, except for the first time I did it, the filament, but without me really knowing until I heard the gears grinding, the filament had effectively snapped on the spool itself, and it was brittle in that spot. And I can't say the reason why because I don't know, but this particular spool I've found has kind of caught a few times over, like where it'll print and then it like snags and then the tube moves up, and it's like I have to kind of wiggle it loose because the filament as it's coiled is kind of running over, and it was like that even when I took it out of the vacuum seal, but I wouldn't necessarily call that a screw up. It was that when it snapped because the tension was too much at that particular point that I ended up losing that print earlier. Otherwise, I'd be done with this. So, yeah. I'd say it's wasted filament, but the way that we're doing it, it's not wasted filament. I'm just melting the filament in the scrap and the excess into Star Wars character heads, if only because we can. Something, it's easy enough to do. And Lord knows we're going to have enough of it. You teachers are not getting a summer vacation either? Wow. Wow. Builder's Mark was noting 4 parts to 3D printing: CAD modeling, STL modification, slicer setup, printer servicing. Yep. And trying to figure it all out. I'm still in the process. I'm still very much a novice. Still very much a 3D printing noob. And I'm okay with that. I'm not in any rush. I figure I will learn with enough practice and enough time. I'm grateful to have the latitude and a lot of excess filament to play with. Very happy. No, the summer is pretty much upon us here. That's for sure. I feel I could have gotten away with far fewer supports on this print, especially up the middle here. But I'm like, I might as well just do it. Because, just being able to reuse the filament, like the stuff and melt this stuff down, I just don't feel like I'm wasting it. Making a new Star Wars something, I just don't feel like that's a waste. Don't know if I'm going to hold on to all that stuff indefinitely, but it is what it is. I'm also starting, like I said to earlier, gather all the little 3D printed items that I've done and place them like in a certain spot so that they're all in one spot. Oh, these are all the things, right? That way we know this is where they go, at least for the time being. They go on a shelf, and eventually they'll probably go in a little bin. Well, I can tell you I don't have school, but I'm working year-round. Not the same way. Oof. The thing I don't look forward to is the
Holterman just gifted 1 subs.
Thank you, E. Holterman. Thank you for gifting to Earmac07. Very appreciated. And New Future Tech 3D for the fire! You're setting it on fire. Hopefully, nothing like that is going to happen to the printer. At some point, you never know. Another reason why I don't want to keep it not monitored. But I have today I was watching Jedi outside, so I wanted to kind of keep an eye on the print to make sure that it didn't snap, or the filament didn't snap. And I used OBS Ninja, and it worked. It was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. I think it missed me. All the food talk made you hungry. Made some miso ramen. Ooh, yum. That's good stuff. Especially with tofu chunks. Depending on where you get them, tofu can be pretty cheap too. I'll get them on sale. Diana will cut them up. Yeah, I tend to either eat food in the stream or talk about it. But that's it for the night. That's now that I know was Liz. That's pretty much Liz's sound effect. No one else has played that sound effect. Wait, or did someone else did? Sioris. Didn't Sioris play that sound effect? Yeah, like I'll probably, I've got this popcorn here, but I'm kind of taking a break from it. I may go back to it, but like wait until after the show, because I want to see what I have. I think I'm mostly caught up on all my programs. Oh, speaking of programs, this is something I want to talk with y'all about. Okay. Has anybody watched the Friends reunion? I watched Friends. I remember watching Friends. I remember very much not necessarily identifying with them, but they were right around the same age. They would have been, characters would have been a little older than me, possibly at the time, but pretty close to the same age. Yes, the sound effects are fun. You can play them. Anybody can play the sound effects. You can control that. I added a couple new ones today. And if you have any other recommendations for sound effects to add, I'll be happy to add them. Not a problem at all. The Friends reunion. So, it should have been a network special. Yeah, here's my feeling about the Friends reunion. There's no spoilers, of course. David Schwimmer looked like he was either passing kidney stones the entire time, or, like, yeah, he looked like he was, he looked like he was not having a good time. Nothing about his presence felt like he wanted to be there. Like he was not having a good time at all. And the only person that I could see that seemed to be having a good time was Matt LeBlanc. He was the only one who seemed like he was present, and he was like, he was happy. He was good. He was like, this is a time of my life and I'm good, right? And he was, but no one else really. There just didn't seem to be a lot going on. Jennifer Aniston kept crying. Not that I'm not minimizing, any of the other people, but it was just like over and over again. Every time they would go to Matt, he had this wistful look about him. He was just happier, right? He just seemed happier and or satisfied, right? And I'm not sure anybody else that I went. I was like, no one really wants to be here. I don't think anyone, but I guarantee they got paid well for that, which is the only reason why they were there together. They say he had an emergency dental work just before the recording, nothing to do with his past addiction issues. Yeah, Matthew just like seemed checked out. So I don't know if I'd say that was dental issues. I don't think that was dental issues. He was checked out. He was checked out. Like, there was nothing sharp about him. Nothing sharp about him. And maybe David was just taking himself way too seriously, but, like, it was clear he did not want to. It was just he was almost somber, right, about the whole thing. I couldn't get a read on Courtney or Lisa. Jennifer, yeah, she seemed like she was, I don't think it was anything out of the ordinary. I don't think anyone is happy to be there. I think it was perfunctory for everybody. Sure, we'll do it, but Matthew was the only one who wanted to be there. I think they did it for the money, Avalon. And there's no shame in that. If I was them, I'd do it for the money too. I'm sure they got paid buku for it. I guarantee they got paid for it. Because there's no other reason they wanted to do it. There's no other reason. Oh, I bet you they got way more than $1 million. I bet you it was like, you know, 2 to 5 million each. I can almost guarantee it. No one wanted to be there except for Matt. That was my feeling. That's inside. I was like, yeah, it was their trip down memory lane, but it's like Matt was the only one who I feel like wanted to be there. And it's a judgment call, but it was just based upon just watching, right? And listening and hearing what they were saying. I mean, he was just comfortable. He was happy. And out of all of them, like, you know, Matt is a little bigger than he used to be. But he was happy. I'm like, good for him. Man, you know, God, that's amazing. It was amazing. James Corden hosting was also weird. I concur. Did they recreate the set just so they could sell the Lego set? I don't know. I've seen a lot of Friends merch over the past few months, though. Leave his dad bod alone. It's great. I'm like, I got no problem with it. But he was happy. He wasn't, I mean, he was just, he just seemed satisfied, right? And the biggest, Schwimmer didn't surprise me because I've known enough about his personality where he's a little more serious, right? He's always been more serious in that sense. And he takes it, this is a job, it's not his character, it's a character he plays. But he still looked pained. And then Matthew Perry was the biggest shock. That was the biggest shock. I've been keeping up with Anna. I mean, we all have, because she's been in so many damn things. And I just watched her in the Apple TV special, morning show. So, I mean, she's a familiar enough face. But Matthew Perry was the biggest shock for me. I'm like, whoa, dude. That was, no. I've had dental issues before, but that, no. He was checked out. He was checked out. That's probably why he was happy. He's living his best life. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, dude. I'm more power to him. But you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you'd think, but you just don't know. You don't know what went on. You don't know how they got to where they are. Matt also did Top Gear. So, of course, he was happy. If that's what he wanted to do, sure. I'm not a Top Gear guy. I can't imagine how much they're getting from the constant reruns. I'm not sure. Residuals, I'm sure, are okay. I feel like I don't want to see the reunion because I want to remember the character the way they were. Yeah, I kind of recommend that. I would not recommend seeing the reunion. It was, I'm not going to say it was a letdown. I'm like, oh, it's kind of neat. But, like, just curious, morbid curiosity. But it was very uncomfortable. I felt uncomfortable for them. Like, it felt forced. Oh. Like, why? 17 years. Why magically why is it? This doesn't make any. There's no 25th year or whatever, unless they know something we don't know. Years of issues have aged him. Yeah, it must be. So, yeah, I would not recommend it. But if you did see it, I was just curious to know what you thought. And Liz, I seem to be thinking pretty similar on it. Maybe one is dying. You know what? I'm not going to say that might have been a reason. I'd be shocked if that was a reason. That would not be a good reason to do it. I mean, it would, but also not great. We live in an age of constant reboots. It was only a matter of time that something would happen. Well, they did refer to that. I don't want to spoil it necessarily. They did refer to that in the show. Perry looks as though he may have had a stroke. That was kind of my feeling. Like he was not all there. I mean, cause dude, he was like sharp as a friggin' tack, and he was just he looked like he was always 2 seconds behind everything, and it's so. It just as a personality, like no other person on stage had been. They were all very much. Oh, they look like they could play the same character, only older. Matthew was the only one who didn't seem like he could. So I don't know. Was it his addiction? I didn't keep up with a lot of that stuff. So I really didn't. I tend not to follow the gossipy kind of things. I knew that he did have some issues, but man, wow. I think, out of all the Friends, he was probably my favorite character because he was like, he was sarcastic, right? He was bitey. Like, I love that. I love the sarcasm. He always had the greatest quips, the funniest, like, responses. What do I think about the Big Bang Theory? Some people really don't like the Big Bang Theory, like, at all. Like, they find that it just offends them in every way, shape, or form. And I liked it. I liked it from the first show. I'm like, these people, these guys are smart but stupid, right? And like, I've known enough people like that in my life, like the creepy, the too smart, and like these cringeworthy, like, personas that it made for good television. I felt it made for good television. And some people didn't like it. I'm like, okay, you didn't like it. So it's not everybody's cup of tea. There are many shows that I don't like. But I enjoyed it. I mean, I was not always like, LOL, and I didn't catch every single episode. But I think it was well done. I think it was well scripted. I think it was very well acted, very well cast. I loved the fact that it grew the way it did. The inclusion of Amy Farrah Fowler. What's her name? The really true, real life smart one. And I'm blanking on her name. Blossom. Mayim Bialik, right? I'm glad that she became a part of the show. I'm glad it evolved the way it did. Like, it grew organically from its roots. And I feel like I could jump in and start watching, any episode of the show and not feel like I missed anything. But everyone is, my whole life, hang on. Britt says, my whole life has been awkward. I don't like watching other people be cringe. Yeah, I look at that thinking, I hope that's not me, right? Because that would not surprise, I'm like, have I ever done anything like, no, I've never done anything like that. Have I done no, I've never done anything like that. There's no way. I'm close enough to it to be able to recognize it, but like not actually step over that line. Theoretically. Or maybe it is me just kind of laughing at my own awkwardness, right? It was the closest thing I thought we'd ever have as far as like nerd culture was concerned in terms of mainstream, not acceptance, but mainstream, like a sitcom. And I've always enjoyed the sitcom format. I would say that, not call for help. So you said it, E. Holderman, but no. Big Bang Theory is probably the last sitcom I ever really watched that I could still watch. That was the last one. I can't think of any other sitcom that I've seen since then. But that's me. I don't know, has there even been that many sitcoms since then? Have they all been, like... Have they been different? Have sitcoms been produced differently since then? Mine says, entertained enough by Twitch streams now not to really watch live TV. I have not watched live TV. I basically stopped watching news last year. Hey, Krusty. Good to see ya. Finishing my thermal well, at least the top part of the thermal detonator. There was many smart people that came on the Big Bang Theory, which I think was so awesome. Yeah, it was pretty cool. But some people, it just really did not... It struck them the wrong way, but... I don't know. I think there's... You gotta... It's entertainment. It's entertainment is very much a reflection of reality. That's what makes it, relatable, right? That 70s show was awesome. I never liked that 70s show. I was never really into the 70s, though. Grew up in the 70s. I'm good. If it's like 70s nostalgia, I tend not to, like, latch on. But even the Goldbergs, which is ostensibly 80s nostalgia, I never really watched. I've watched maybe 1 or 2 episodes of it. But, not too much. I don't know. It's something that just didn't do it for me. There are very few shows anymore that I latch onto like that. Even though I can press the button on the DVR and record the entire series, right? That's not the problem. I don't know what it is. You can't stand Sheldon. His voices make you want to do violent things to people in post office. Really? Well, it's good to know, Krusty. So, Krusty's not a fan of The Big Bang Theory. You love watching the Goldbergs. The guy who plays Adam reminds me of myself at that age. It's funny. Seinfeld and Friends were the last sitcoms you remember faithfully watching. See, I caught a lot of Seinfeld. We got an Aziz Light. I caught a lot of Seinfeld in reruns. I could watch Seinfeld in reruns. Still. Hey, Shibby. Good to see you. I could watch... I feel like if it was on, there was nothing else on, I could watch Friends. If it was on, nothing else was on, I could watch Seinfeld. Like, there are certain shows that don't, like... You know, I'm not put off by them. Like, I feel like, okay, this is pretty entertaining. Sitcoms. Those kind of sitcoms. 90s sitcoms. But not all of them. Soup Nazi was funny. Yes. Hope everyone's ready for the long weekend. Shibby, I had a day off today. Oh, NLTMW. Shout out to NLTMW. I'm still waiting on red. Sorry, I missed the color there. Boop, 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 boop. Got it. Thank you very much. Shout out to NLTMW. Never let the machines win. He's here on Twitch. 3D printing. Usually doing something far more intricate than me. Never watched Seinfeld or Frasier. Really? Spent the 90s in Japan, so kind of missed out 10 years in Fiji. Oh, wow. Yeah, Frasier's like my go-to. And I'm not going to get them, but Liz, I don't know if you knew this. They are going to be releasing Frasier Pops. If they haven't already. I was scrolling through because they released today the rainbow, and I love Frasier's my jam though. Okay, so let's go to the website here. Let's go over to funko.com. They just released the rainbow collections. Ah, how did I? Dang it! Oh, Okay, fine. Chris at Perillo.com. No, not... Oh, I already subscribed to the list. Dang it. All right. Anyway, so they released the BB-8 Rainbow and a non-exclusive Stormtrooper Rainbow. So I got a couple of those. You know, one for me, and I know Jedi's going to want them. So the other Rainbow characters. But as I was scrolling down, I saw they are going to be releasing Frasier Pops. Look at this! Ah! I don't think I'm going to be getting them. I don't know what I would do with them. But this is, to my knowledge, this is the first Frasier merch I've ever seen. Like, I want them to do... I probably would get Frasier action figures, like 5 POA. I'd probably get those. Like, anything else, I'm not sure if I'd necessarily be inclined to get. Like, even I'm looking at the Pops going, that's great. That's funny. But, like, you know, and obviously I love Frasier. But I don't need to start a Frasier Pop collection. You keep them small. So, I don't know. Maybe they did have other Frasier stuff. You'd like a Frasier mug. A Frasier mug would be like with KACL on it. That'd be fun. Yeah, but that was so I saw that today. I was gonna tell you. They have Frasier Pops. Yeah, you already tried doing this. But yeah, they've got the Rainbow Collection. Someday they'll find it. The Rainbow Collection. I did not get all the rainbows, just the Star Wars rainbow ones. I want a Rainbow Vader. And Funko also just announced like a new series of like Halloween stuff, like tons of freaking Halloween stuff. And of course they own Loungefly as well. So Joe Tashi, good to see you. Used to really enjoy sitcoms like Family Matters, The Nanny, and others. Found them relaxing. I never watched The Nanny. Never really watched Family Matters. Maybe a little bit, but Zach's 11 and a half hours into his 24-hour stream. Yeah, I was hanging out with him for a while today. Still couldn't believe he's doing that. 11 hours, dude. Trust me, I feel like at 3 in the morning I'm going to wake up and I'm not going to be able to get back to sleep, and I'm just going to walk in here and like say, hey man, I'm up, I'm awake, you're awake, you awake? You remember the Frasier skit they did with Star Trek Voyager during the 30th anniversary Star Trek show in 1996? I remember. I think I saw a clip of that. Of course, Kelsey Grammer. Kelsey Grammer was in Star Trek. He was like a captain. Yeah. That was Liz playing her cat Meow. Fair enough, Liz. You and your cats. Those evil cats. No, I don't smell cheese. I smell filament. It scared your cat? Really, Krusty? Oh, man. 98%. Looks like this one's going to succeed. Someday we'll find it. Got a class to teach. Aveline, glad you could spend a few minutes with us. Thank you. Know your time is precious. Oh, what's this? Oh, Cruella is out. I'm not going to pay the extra money. I'll wait. Captain Morgan Bateson. Captain Morgan. Let's see here. Who else? Like, other people from Cheers, at least. What was her name? Kirstie Alley. She was also She played Saavik in one of them. Didn't she play Saavik in 2? Not 3? Was that it? Been alright, passed your exam for an IT cert last Thursday. Oh, well, congratulations. Congratulations. Okay, she was in 2 then. Wrath of Khan. She wasn't in the 3rd. That was another Vulcan. Then after this, I've got it sliced, but I've got to do the flicky thummy thing for the top. Got to figure out how it's going to go on and everything. I don't know if I just stick it in and then glue it or what. May end up getting a second one of these, like with lights and everything. Have someone else do it and just pay the premium. That's what I did for the tracker. It was easier to have someone else do it. I'm not a maker. Oops. That song's gonna be in my head. The Muppet song's gonna be totally stuck in my head. Did you hear, Krusty? I cut myself today. Sliced myself. Just went right into my skin. Trying to remove supports. Because I'm an idiot. Getting almost there. Almost there. Stay on target. Almost there. Stay on target. I think I made that a sound effect too. Stay on target. This is the first time, I think, all day where it has not been running. Or no, I can't say that. It wasn't running earlier. Now, meow, I'm going to clean that off. Stay on target. Stay on target. Diana? You haven't opened the regular one, have you?
No.
There you go.
Why?
Well, no, 'cause I didn't like the blueberry one very much. Yeah, not as much as the original. So don't open the original one. I'll get you another one of these tomorrow.
Why?
Well, you got another one. You got two that are unopened, but I got another one of these. But hold on, don't eat the plain one.
I thought you already tried that.
I did, but I want more of it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying I'll get another one of the blueberries so you can have 3. Okay, now we're gonna do detonator button. It's gonna take 31 minutes. Stay on target. Hey, Varmint! Good to see ya. Hoarding the original Eggo cereal. Damn right I am. What do you got here, Varmint? Ah, your thermal detonator. Very nice. Yeah, yours came out very, very nice. I'm about ready to do the switch here. Oh, you need to clear out your holes. You can clear out those holes. I've got this here, but give me a second. Very nice, Varmint. Very, very, very nice. Let's go ahead and hop over this. Varmint, I was showing off some of the stuff I had picked up recently, including another Star Wars Tiny Tin. This one I'm going to keep in the box. These were collector's items that came out a year or 2 ago. I have the full set, but I needed to get a bonus anyway for something else. Picked up a kit of all sorts of random goodness, including some coasters, which I feel are going to wear down, so I'm a little worried about those, like pins and whatnot. A Grogu hairbrush. I got 2 of these. One for my daughter, and then one to hold on to, because I have a feeling that other one's going to break. So always have a backup. Tomorrow, I'm going to be building this on stream. But then I also got these espresso mugs. So they're like demi-tasse. You're finishing a second one now, a thermal detonator. Let's get this going here. Let me pull out my tools. Where's the... Like, despite having a lot of these, I have, like, my favorites. Get the Band-Aids ready. Yeah, no doubt. Especially, like, I was poking with this thing. I went a little too far. Every time I do supports, I think of Heath. Come on. Oh, dude, this should have been way easier to pull. Come on, really? Guess this is just gonna be mess and a half. Sorry, get a little Grogu view. A view of Grogu. So I can put those back there. Is it easier after it cools for a bit? I don't know if I've noticed too much of a difference. There we go. Guess I just need better grip, but... Yeah, I don't know. Seems like when I did my own supports. Yes, Liz. Yes, Liz. I may need to use different. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to use different pliers. Of course, if this one doesn't turn out, I still got the first one, which I wasn't as happy with, but hey, Man Cave Hobbies. Yes, tell me the weekend is good. Looking cold out? Oh, that's awesome. Would love a cold weekend. Cold weekends are the best. There we go. That's the grip I was looking for. It was far easier to remove the first time I did it. But everything else. There we go. Oops. Yeah, I'm still learning the difference between Fahrenheit and Celsius or centigrade. I mean, I grew up with the metric system, but metric system in this country, not very well known. So even if I did it, not unless I can convince everyone else to do it. I don't know if I liked how that turned out. I feel that's a support. It is. Okay. There we go. It's a little better. You have a life. You live an hour. That hour-long TV shows always start at the bottom of the hour. I'm not sure I quite understood that comment, but quite right. Yeah, if you're gonna do a road trip, definitely never count me in, ever. Hey, we're gonna do a road trip. Let's ask Chris. Nope, don't do it. Don't do it. Want to be prudent this juncture. 1,000 points light. Newfoundland is an hour and a half ahead of Eastern time. Oh, good to know. You'd rather take Sheldon on a road trip than me? You know what? Yeah, and I would say take Sheldon over me. Any day. I am not a road tripper. That's why we don't go on road trips. It's one thing I think Diana and I agree on. We are homebodies. I'm a decent driver. Just don't like going. Problem is that I went on too many of those as a kid, so I'm burnt. I'm burnt out. Why I'm, like I said before, it's one of the things that, people are clamoring to get back to the before times, getting out of this pandemic. I'm like, yeah, but it means we gotta start traveling again, and I'm not wanting to do that at all. Yes, Man Cave Hobbies, I know. Ask me how I know, Man Cave Hobbies. Is Chris still driving a Prius? Oh my god, no. I lease cars. I think the next one we're going to get is a Honda Clarity. It's got all the features I want on it. Longer electric range, too. I'm fine with going, with that kind of... I don't think they call it a hybrid, really, but that type of model. So, yeah, I think we're going to go with a Honda Clarity this next time around. That's going to be happening in the next month or two. So we only hold on to a vehicle. We share one, because what's the point of paying for two cars? You don't go anywhere. Yeah, so we have one more month left on that lease. And the new one, the Clarity, I think will work better than our current one. We're on a Bolt, a Chevy Bolt, and they basically stopped making the Bolt, which is kind of sad because I probably would have gotten another Bolt, but I'm kind of glad I won't be, because then we get to try a Honda Clarity. I bounce between cars and companies all the time. I have zero car loyalty. Zero car loyalty. Hold on to these, please. What? Hold on to what? Your car that you used to teach is a Toyota Corolla. I had a Toyota once. I can't say I've had every manufacturer. I've definitely driven a few. And I gotta tell you, they're all the same. I don't care what anybody says, they're all the damn same. Okay, here's my question. Is what's his name still here? The guy who also printed this? Varmint? Is Varmint still here? I'm curious, Varmint. That piece, do you glue it in? Does it slide in? How do you accommodate it? Because I don't think I can put it together. Look at the Subaru hybrid. I think it sounds like it's too big. We're into the sedans. Yours is pressed fit. Okay, so that's what this is. It's the same model. I got to figure out how to align it here. Yeah, this turned out better than the other one. I'm keeping it. So I got to align it appropriately, and then push this part in, I guess. The rear end of the Honda Clarity is hideous. Well, what do I care? I'm in it. Just don't drive behind me. Here's the secret. So let's see here. Oh, wait. I think it goes... It aligns like this. There we go. You holding a thermal detonator. Ah! Yeah, I'm not sure about Teslas. I'm the only one who's not enamored by one and doesn't want one. I don't want a Tesla. I just don't. There's nothing about it that impresses me. Everyone's got one. Quote unquote, everyone. I don't know. I just don't find the software interface to be all that good. And I lease too, primarily, so. I think there is a leasing program for it, but it's just the cost. Like, I'd rather save money. So why? I mean, like, even this last lease we had, we could have gone full electric, and we wouldn't have taken advantage of the full electric. We could have been paying, hundreds more a month than we did. So simply by going with another model, it wasn't that big a deal. I'm grateful we're in a slightly different position now, so, I feel we've got a little more flexibility with a Clarity. But I'm very, very glad to be in an electric, a partially electric vehicle, at least for, a 30, 40 mile range, which is a good amount of, how we drive and where we drive around here. Can add buttons LED. Yeah, I know. I saw the mods for it, but I've seen a better, like, if I were to do that, I'd probably just be just as inclined to get someone who's actually engineered it before and get it that way. Because there are models that are built specifically for that kind of wiring in mind. I don't know. I'm not inclined to do that. I'm fine with this type of model. No lights. But it could, yeah, I can see. Yeah, sure. You could do it. You could do it. It could be done. No doubt about that. Oh, did someone... Oh, look at that. Someone started following me on TikTok. None of you, I don't think, but someone just started following me on TikTok, whoever it was. They're not getting my shout. I guarantee they're not watching me on Twitch. Oh, was it you? Was it you? Okay, well, you don't have the same username. Oh, and a freeze frame. That's just great. I just literally start... Well, slap my bottom and call me Ziggy. Quantum Beckett started following. That is obviously a Quantum Leap reference. Has to be. Thank you, Sioris, for the 100 bits. Fix 'em Dude for the 10. Appreciate being unfrozen. Sound effects will also, you know, they'll unlock me. So any sound effects that are played, anything, anytime any of that is involved, follows, subs, bits, cheers, sounds, it's all the same. Yeah, most of the time you use Sam Beckett. Oh, fair enough. See, I got the reference. I'm nerdy enough. Yeah, this is going to be... This particular print is the fastest. Of course, there's not much to it. 14 minutes. Oh, you know, I probably could have printed this upside down. But even in doing that, then I'd still need to support it because it's curved. And I'm just as inclined to do it this way, if only to have a smoother finish on top. Never mind. That would not have worked. Might have been able to do it flat, too. Well, take that, Liz. I'm going to take a look at the slicer here. No, I wouldn't have been able to do that either. Because of the ridges on top. No, I would have needed supports no matter what. Although if I wanted supports in there, yeah, I would have needed supports. Yeah, this is the only way of doing it. He's holding a thermal detonator. Beep, 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 beep. Chat's still on the... AT-AT's still on the chat. The chat has been Oh, it wasn't you with the sound? Oh, Sioris. See, I was right. I thought the other day, I was like, I think Sioris also played the sound. Oh, man. I thought it was Liz again. My mistake. My mistake. Hey, Hayes, thank you for hanging as long as you did. Really appreciated. Very appreciated. Supremely. Yeah, see, I mean, cars to me, I'm not going to say they're like tissues, but I'm not saying they're disposable. They're not. But every 3 years, there seems to be these minor improvements, seemingly, and I'm like, all right, I just don't want to get strapped to one. I'm not going to buy a car, only knowing full well I'm going to have to turn around and sell it. It just doesn't make any sense. I'd rather pay, honestly, I would rather pay more and lease. We ran into a slight issue this year, but we definitely went over mileage. That's a first. But for the most part, I just feel like we're not ever going to... I just can't imagine ever finding a car knowing full well that I'd have to turn around and sell it and wanting to hold on to it indefinitely. Knowing I would lose money on the car. I'm like, well, what's the point of knowing I'm going to lose money on it? I'd rather pay to know I'm going to get... turn around and get a new one 3 years from now. So yeah, I leased my first vehicle 2002, 2003, and have been leasing ever since. And I'd swear I've leased just about every damn vehicle. Honda, I don't think I've ever been in a Honda vehicle. And the only reason I'm doing Honda this time is specifically because of the hybrid type of experience, the gas electric flip over. It's the only reason. I have no loyalty to Honda. It's another car. It's another brand. It doesn't bother me. Just bought a new car. Actually, wanted an EV, but my complex doesn't have the infrastructure, so I went with an ICE again. How do you go over mileage working from home? Robert, we ended up driving a fair amount. Diana's taken some long trips with Jedi that pushed us over. She hasn't done much over this past year, thank God. But she's taken some pretty long journeys before just to go to different places with her, which is cool. I mean, I'm not. It happens, and Lord knows I've taken some extended trips too. Yeah, it added up for 3 years. We drove a little more than I thought we were going to drive. You know, I specifically attributed it because there have been times that she's driven to Olympia, and a few times she would drive to Everett, and those are pretty long distances. So AMD doesn't pay Intel money. What? Well, I'm just saying Intel's a great company to work for. Time to walk to do errands? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. But that's what I'm saying. Like, most of our driving, I can't even, honestly, I'm not joking. I literally cannot remember the last time I went to the pump. I mean, I've done it over the past few years, for sure. But, especially in the winter months. Because you don't get as much of a charge because the battery is colder. But, I seriously, I cannot remember the last time I went to the pump. So I like that. It doesn't bother me at all. Works for me. Law, guess not any jobs going at Intel. What? Are you saying you want to come work for Intel? That's what you're saying, Man Cave Hobbies? We can make room. There's always room for more. It's a big company. We got a lot going on. I can't talk about any of it, but you know. I really, one day maybe I'll talk about one of the things that we were working on, or we are working on. When it's cleared to talk about it, and there will come a time, but not right now. Not for the time being. I tend not to follow a lot of the hardware stuff, though. Well, it's early morning. What am I saying? I don't know, Keith. You got to drink your coffee and come back and like, what the hell? Never mind me, just playing my thermal detonator over here. Bloop, 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 beep, bloop, bloom. Goodbye to your home. It's not a moon. It's not a moon. Not a moon. It's not a moon. Death of a culture. Where in Iowa did I live? Varmint asks. I grew up in the Des Moines area. Greater Des Moines area. The metro. And, yeah, that's the exciting part. Pretty much. Just got done with the Bad Batch. Yes! Britt, what'd you think? I thought it was a good episode. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I'm trying to figure out Omega's story, right? It would take a lot to have. It's Star Wars, and I just enjoy it. Oh, you live in Clive. Very nice. My hometown's Altoona. This is not a secret. It's been out there for eons, but I grew up in Altoona. Clive's a nice part of town. Clive's a very nice part of town. In fact, when I was wrestling, because I'm looking at, real estate, right? Because we're in Seattle. It is expensive. So I could get out of the market at a very good price, very good, very, very, very good price. But I'm nowhere near retirement, right? But I could get out of the market at a good price, and it's well, where am I going to go? Baxter? Well, you want to talk about remote. Yeah, Clive, I would say, is an upgrade from Baxter. I knew a few people from Baxter. We worked together at Adventureland. That was remote. Colfax, Baxter... way out in the boonies. Yeah, so I was looking around, I'm like, would I ever consider going back? I don't know if I could. Too many tornadoes. No, his name was not Toby. Too many tornadoes, and I'm not quite sure if it's a culture fit. I'm more of a culture fit for Seattle. in the Pacific Northwest than I am a culture fit for the Midwest. I'm just a little more I don't know how to say it. I'm just gonna say I feel like I'm more of a culture fit out here. The Dr. Andolph is here. I just completed the second part of the thermal detonator. These two pieces are now together using printed solid Jesse PLA. I love the gray, and I'm almost out. Like I'm running it into the ground, but I wanted to do this while I had it spooled up. So it was. This is the closest thing I had to a Darth Vader to grab, believe it or not. I guess I could have grabbed this, Liz, if I would have seen it. I need to be quicker on the draw. Yes, you do have new sounds. I dragged a few in there today. I was listening to Zach's stream. I'm like, I need that one. That's a good one to have. That's a funny one to have. But of course, Liz, I see you're falling back onto your cat. You have to hold it and make the clicking sound. I'm holding a thermal detonator. No, you're not. It's a rock. Whew. Beep, 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 beep. I'm doing the trigger right now. Last part of it here. I'm lucky I bought my house 30 years ago and it's all paid off. Wow, 30 years ago, dude. See, well, so David, are you admitting that you also liked Solo? I loved Solo. Jesse PLA is smooth filament. It is. I've been very, very, very happy with it. I love this color, too. Now, I'm sure, like, people are going to, oh, well, you know, I see this issue and I see that issue. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I got a freaking thermal detonator. I didn't have one before, and now I do. Solo was so when I met Alden Ehrenreich, and I did. Hang on. See if I can find it. I've got the video. He basically said hi to Jedi. I met him when I went to Galaxy's Edge. Ran into him twice. And I said, "Can you say hi to my daughter, Jack?" She loved Solo. She was youngin' then. See if I can give me a second. See if I can find it. Alden. I don't know if it's gonna find it. Want better photo search? Sure. Dang it. See if I do a search for Disney, maybe. Disneyland. Maybe that'll pull it up because it would have been geotagged. Here it is. I got it. It was just a 7-second clip, but. Hang on. Wait. Oh, let me turn up the volume here. Okay, you ready for this? Rogue One over Solo? Nah. Solo over Rogue One.
Hi, Jedi. It's Alden Ehrenreich. How's it going? Happy, whatever this is, sort of Star Wars Day, not really. Hi, Jedi. It's Alden Ehrenreich. How's it going?
So, yeah. I got him to shout out Jedi. Rogue One was okay. Rogue One, I still feel could have been a miniseries. I'd like Andor to kind of redeem Rogue One for me, but Solo needed to be a series too. Like, I would love to have an extended Solo series. Like, absolutely. Depending on how this comes out, I kind of wonder if I should try slicing at 0.15 for the trigger. Because I'm just doing a 0.20 mm layer height. Don't know if that would make much of a difference, but I'm on the tiny screen. Oh, sorry. Let me. I'll go full. You've seen this before, Liz, though, haven't you? You've seen the Alden Ehrenreich one. Let's do this.
Hi, Jed.
Let me rotate the phone. I never rotate the phone. My God, I hate.
Hi, Jedi. It's Alden Ehrenreich. How's it going? Happy, whatever this is, sort of Star Wars Day, not really. Hi, Jedi. It's Alden Ehrenreich. How's it going? Happy, whatever this is, sort of Star Wars Day, not really. Hi, Jedi. It's all.
So it was very brief, but it was great. And when I ran into him later in the park, I told him about what some fans were doing. There's the hashtag called Make Solo 2 Happen. And and they said, did you tell him? Did you tell him? Like, no, I didn't tell him. I did mention that, you know, many people enjoyed it. You know, we enjoyed the movie. And Jedi did. We saw it in the theater. And when I ran into him again, I pulled up the hashtag and I said, see, there's a whole fleet of people who want Solo to happen. So I can confirm he has seen the Solo 2 hashtag, make Solo happen, make Solo 2 happen. So I accepted him as Han Solo, and that's saying something. I just enjoyed it. Solo was a good movie. It did not deserve the numbers that it got. It deserved far more, far greater, and it deserved to be a series. And again, I would totally flip for a live action Solo series. And I wonder if Alden Ehrenreich could be up for doing that. I think it would be a great series on Disney Plus, if only to explore the character of Enfys Nest. You know, I mean, hell, if they're giving Andor a series, jeez. Solidius 2, we definitely need a Solo 2. I totally agree, dude. We absolutely need a Solo 2. We need to see more of Kira, and maybe a bit of Maul. I mean, like, now the cool thing about the Maul, that was Ray Park, but they let Sam Witwer, or they had Sam Witwer do the voice of Maul, because that was the Maul voice that we heard most from the Clone Wars, largely. Of course, he was also in Rebels, but yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was rather amazing to see. Let's go ahead and flip back to 2. Sorry, I'm just getting there's not much going on there either, but I'm just pulling the supports off the trigger. Yeah, I mean, people who've never seen Solo, I'm not sure they could pass judgment. If you have seen Solo, that's good. Like, that's great. But, like, people who haven't, like, I feel like they're missing out. You know what? I do think I want to kind of redo this in a 0.15 mm layer height. Might be a bit more smooth. Let's go ahead and let's do that. Because I've got the filament, might as well. Let's get this going here. Thermal detonator, baton, 0.15 mm. Supports. Yep. Let's get this. Might as well. See if I can get a little more detail here. It's not going to take that much longer either. You know how much? $49 minutes. Let's see here. Print settings. Let's do this. Support material 0.125. Better spacing 6. Ooh, no. Say build plate only. Slice now. 53. Alright, let's try this. Because we're going to do it, we're going to do it. This is going to take us out, though. For sure. Posture check, thank you very much. Hey, Anthony. Had a raid from Barnacles earlier, very grateful for that. Just about ready to reprint a trigger for my thermal detonator. Like your third time watching Clone Wars all the way through. That's fantastic. Yeah, Sam Witwer is definitely Maul. All this tool time, you can't handle it. Oh. I'm sitting up straight, dude. How much more straight you want me to sit up? I can't sit up more straight than I am. What? Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try reprinting, going with some slightly finer detail to see if it comes out a little better. Even if it's marginally better, I'll take it. I'm not sure I like the top of that. Oh, I see. So then that goes... Oh, man. Boy, it really does not want to slide in there very well. Once it's in there, it is going to be in there. So I better make sure it's going to be good. But this is basically what it's going to look like there on top. I'm not going to click it all the way in because I'm going to try this other part to see how well it turns out. Your delay is long. What color? Oh, we got a color. Aziz light. We do. Yeah. Okay. Just need to know the color. So that's basically what it's going to look like there. The trigger. Yeah, I just feel like it could be done better. That's my feeling. That's my gut. Red? We have red. It's already red. Everyone goes with red. Red is like the one that blends the most. So, I'm going to finish this. That's going to take us out. Redder. I will do my best, D. Randolph. Again, using David's Jesse PLA from PrintedSolid.com. The trigger, once more, is filament. So, exclamation mark filament. I'll give you that link. No worries, Sioris. Thank you so much for your support tonight. Appreciate you playing the sound effects and tossing some cheers my direction. Very grateful for that. Couldn't quite get through a hype train this evening. We didn't even get one to leave the station, did we? That's right. We did it too early. We peaked early. Story of my life. But that's okay. Thank you very much, everyone, for hanging with tonight. I will be back again tomorrow. You know what? Forget it. Here's what we're going to do. Add points all. Y'all just get 1 million points. There you go. Didn't even have to do a hype train. And y'all got 1 million points. Just like that. Because I'm a nice guy. I also gave 1 million points to everyone who was here during the preview, right? Like, if you show up at 6 p.m., there's a greater chance I'm going to be throwing points. So, I will see everyone tomorrow around 6 p.m., hopefully. 6 p.m. my time. That would be awesome if you were there. Aziz Blue. I can do a blue before heading out here. I don't even know who our raid target is. Although I think Liz or someone else was suggesting, and I think you're right, it should be Zach. Zach Rutledge. We need to give him a shot in the arm. Yeah, Zach. Definitely Zach. Definitely Zach. We're rating Zach because he's doing a 24-hour stream, so we need to give him a shot in the arm. A huge shot in the arm. Mine 3738. No, thank you. I appreciate you hanging out as long as you have. I really do. I appreciate that kind of longevity throughout any particular... Uh-oh, hang on. What the... Oh, never mind. I'm like, what is this? I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, what? My favorite thing to do when someone comments on YouTube is just reply to them with a Twitch stream link, because that's where you're going to be able to find me. Thank you, everybody, one and all. We're going to give Zach a little more energy here tonight. I'll be back again tomorrow with more cereal. And instead of watching some retro stuff, I think what we're going to do is we're going to brick build. We're actually going to build a set tomorrow. Going to be some Lego stuff going on tomorrow. Building this. It's a small set, so it'll be fast. But we're going to do it. We're going to do it live. Do it live. So go ahead and get your Perillo Raider emotes ready. Perillo Raider. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Give him a shot in the arm. We're going to raid Zach Rutledge. Zach is also doing Lego stuff right now. Get ready. We're raiding Zach Rutledge. Oh, hey. Thank you, Rob Thomas Wrights, for following. We're just getting ready to raid a Lego streamer who's doing a 24-hour stream. Another geek and a nerd, a member of the Locker Room Geeks and Nerds team. So you're welcome to join us on that. But I will be back again tomorrow, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific. That's Seattle time, with cereal. I'm going to be eating a new bit of cereal once a day, because I got a 4-day weekend. So today was the first day of a 4-day weekend for me. Woo! Thank you, Mark. Both Marks. Builders Mark and Mark and NC. Fix'em Dude. King Sorrow the 13th, who's another Lego streamer. Did we get a shout out for King Saru earlier? If not, I apologize. There it is. I did not mean to do it. Hey, look. It's It wasn't aggression. There was no aggression. It's just, I don't know what happened. But either way, if you don't want me to get aggressive, I will see you tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, I will get aggressive. So it's up to you. Totally up to you. Uber Superfly, thank you for hanging out. Of course, Pizlas, thank you for your help. David Randolph, D. Randolph, 1976, thanks again for the filament. Thanks to Thangs.com for sponsoring these streams. Very, very kind of them. Big fan 2019. Thank you so much for being here. Seoris, again, for your support. Just sorry if I miss anybody. Hollywood N3D, you as well. Did I miss anybody? I will see your name as they pop up. Billabongs, you too. This is how you're going to get your name shouted out. I just see it in chat, like as it pops up, because I can't keep scrolling back. Raid channel. Here we go. Who we're going to raid? We are going to raid Zach. Rutledge. Good night, Man Cave Hobbies. Great to see you. Glad you're doing well. Glad to see you again, even though we are sworn mortal enemies, with you being on the other side. Me being Intel, you being AMD, but we've proven that we can meet in the middle. Radnicky, good to see you too. And Stream Elements, thank you so much for all the popcorn, Stream Elements. I'm shouting out bots. Okay, now it's time to raid. We're going to be Tuscan raiding Zach Rutledge, his 24-hour stream. I love you. I appreciate you. And at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices, and may the force be with you always. And I agree, Villabongs, tacos are sandwiches. I'll see you tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific. We'll be geeking out then. Now, we're going to Tuscan raid Zach Rutledge in 3, 2, 1. Zach. Oh, he's going to get a huge shot in the arm. There we go. I can't hear it, though. Dang it.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, on your left. Welcome, Raiders. Choose your fate. Watch the show or watch the show.
He just got a huge shot in the arm.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mr. Chris